but he's going to go for round two. He's going to go for the knock, goes for the roll down, and he's spotted CVL. Looks for the clip, but he's not going to be able to get it. Jumps out instead, but goes down.
Moving forward, trying to get a better position, using the smoke's advantage. Drives straight in.
Out instead, but goes down. Now it's just Mortal alive. Poor Soul in a 1v1, but he cannot do it.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the PMCO 2020 Spring Split South Asia Qualifiers. My name is Varun Super Johnny John, and joining me on the desk yet again is Ocean Sharma. How are you doing today, buddy?
Really good, and really excited for today's matches as well, because yesterday it was pure domination by one team, A1 eSports obviously, and then there were some other teams such as NHN came back, and then Elementrix in the last game they came back. Hype had a really bad run in first two games, but then they started fighting back. So teams were learning each and everyone's abilities, their goods, bads, uglies and crazy, and they were actually taking it on themselves for their strategies. But I would want to see today, because today is going to be a different group, different teams, so all that matters is how do they perform when there'll be a new competition stacked right in front of them.
Yeah, that has to be it, because yesterday as well, some teams did start out strong in the first game, but in the later stages of the day, they sort of fell off. On the other side, NHN were able to keep up with A1 eSports because of their consistency. They were consistently performing really well, having a high standing, and they got a chicken dinner as well, so that helped them out. On the other hand, today, we have Group C going up against Group D, and over here in South Asia, we had a lot of surprises yesterday. Like, we had the blue zone taking out a lot of people in Miramar, and the matches have been entertaining. So we expect the same thing to happen between Group C and Group D as well.
I would not say the same thing should happen. I mean, people should not have the blue zone, obviously. But then I would want to see if there is a team that comes out with 3 chicken dinners, because yesterday the bar was set for 2 chicken dinners. I would want to see if 3 chicken dinners happen or 4, because chicken dinners all have different points. And talking about points, let's actually go to the point schedule, because as we remember, first position gives you 20 points, and then after that there's a drastic drop of 6 points, that is 14 points for the second position, then 10 points for third, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 till 10th position. After that 11 to 16, it's a festival of single point to each every team, and kills give you 1 point.
Yeah, and we saw yesterday wherein a team would finish 14th or a team would finish 10th, but they would have a lot of kills, so that would push them up in the standings. But let's have a look at the groups and see which teams are in which group. First, we have Group C, who are playing today: Trust the Process, Rival X, TM Official, Red Light, Team Extreme, Deadeye Guys, Mad G, and Team 2K. In Group D, we have Damn Classy, Wolves Den, Defrio, Rising Nepal X, INES Team 7C, Red Devils, and Ultimate Bang. And these two groups are going up against each other today in today's matches. So it is going to be interesting, because if you all had watched PMCO last year, we had Trust the Process, one of the teams who was playing in South Asia at that time, and they did put up a good performance.
I still remember one match which you and I were casting of Trust the Process. There was TDP Shakar, if I'm not wrong. And what he did is he was against Orange Rock. He used 3-4 grenades and wiped out the whole squad in Sanhok near a mountain area. So I still remember that play. That was like I don't think it was Utsarga, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, it was TDP Utsarga, and he did an incredible play out there. So I would want to see if the same thing happens. Because if a team knows how to take on its opponents, they'll be knowing the goods, bads, uglies, and the crazies, all the strategies what they have to go against, and that's gonna happen. But then the maps are gonna be right in front of you, because the schedule of today's matches is gonna be Erangel will be the first match, followed by Sanhok, and then Miramar, and obviously the Snowden, that's Vikendi. That's going to be a game changer, because obviously even yesterday 50% of the zone was in water.
Yeah, we always save the crazy for the end, and crazy is a good way to describe Vikendi, because the circles are always going to mess you up, and that was the place that we saw the early rotations coming in from the team. On the other side, since this day started, on Sanhok, on Erangel, teams were playing a slow-paced game. They would stay out, they would stay away from the hot drops, and then they would rotate inside the play zones quite late. But that all changed when on Miramar, the blue zone sort of took out 14 players at the same time, and it was just incredible. It was hilarious. Plus, the final circle was in Hacienda, so that was amazing. In Vikendi as well, the last fight was just amazing, and I expect to see the same action, the same level of performances from the teams that are playing today, because this is gonna be their first day. First day for Group C and Group D. Overall, this is the second day. So this is their chance to step up, set up the momentum for themselves.
Yeah, and I'll be having one question for you.
Oh, yes.
It's kind of a weird one, but I kind of had this. I was thinking about it. So what does a cameraman say to a PUBG caster? You guys need to think this one as well. I mean, what does a cameraman say to a PUBG caster?
I'll throw a camera at you.
Okay. Okay.
Casters ahead.
Let's okay. So, I mean, please don't sue me for this, don't kill me for this, but let's take a pan shot.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Ocean Sharma coming with the bad jokes.
Like, it's been a good run so far.
Probably he will have more for us for this entire season now, every single day. And but coming back to the conversation about the teams, yesterday it was a big surprise because, as you said, Hype was supposed to be one of the good teams and we're supposed to have a good standing, but sort of fell apart a little bit in the early stages. But they were trying to step up the game from Miramar onwards. But on the other side, we have talked about Nepali Ho Ni, we have talked about A1 eSports. Elementrix is a team that everyone missed out, and they are currently third in the standings. So consistency does pay off for you. Elementrix, they were focusing on keeping at least 2 players alive and then take on fights in the later stages. That worked out for them every single time. And if you continue to do that, even though if you're not getting chicken dinners, if you are performing, staying in the top 4, staying in the top 3 consistently and racking up those at least 5 or 6 kills in every single game, you will climb up and stay in the top 5 in the overall.
Sometimes slow and steady actually helps you win the race, and that slow and steady can start with just 5 kills and coming up with top 3, because that top 3 mark will also give you a good amount of points in terms of positions. And a good example is, as you said, Elementrix, they had 1 chicken dinner. But then let's talk about a team, JyanMaara. JM, the Gunners team. So that actually had a different kind of run that actually helped. But we are in Erangel's match right now. This match of today, the first match, that is Erangel. New teams, Group C versus Group D. You can see TDP Utsarga with alongside his TDP team going to Novorepnoi in this drop. And the drop starts from a military base to Georgopol, Hospital, Ruins, Pochinki, Query, Gatka, Very Pier, Primorsk if you guys want to go. And
all
obviously Palm,
drops.
you can go to that area. So pretty good areas to actually drop and loot.
Yeah, we have all the hot drops in this plane's trajectory, and Novo is going uncontested if I'm not wrong, although I do see a different sort of a color in there as well along with the color of TDP, but they have to be careful nonetheless because this is just going to be intense. And right now we have, oh yes, it wasn't going to go uncontested. It is going to start with a Hailstorm, TDP and INES landing at the same time. TDP, they land first. Machine, he could be in trouble if he does not find a gun soon. Oh boy, this is going to get intense. And TDP lose a player first. Evil Eye with the Uzi coming on Pantop. He is going to finish him off. He is going to take him out. And TDP, they look in trouble. But at the last moment, they sort of fell back. They decided not to contest Novo against INES and are going in for those houses.
Yeah, see, if you they had to fall back, because if you are seeing a kill feed and you see your player is dying in the kill feed, then obviously you need to take the you need to go for a plan B, and that is important. Right now, INES has a full hold of Novorepno, and INES, let's talk about it. It's Instinct Esports, and they actually sung really well, because right now TDP is kind of in a problem, and they'll have to see how to cure that, because they'll be playing 3-man, and another fight comes out here. 7C Masky Whitey has been taken down. So if anything, I think Madzi Hell has a good kill amount alongside him as well. We are down to 62 players. Obviously, 2 players just went down right now, and 16 teams. All teams intact as of now. The zone, I want to see the zone once, that where the zone is and how many teams have to rotate, because this is the North Georgia area. And oh my God, this is gonna be bad, because TM is looking for players. They are trying to find, and these players are not even showing their heads. That means they are eventually gonna die if they don't come out for their lungs to get filled of air. So look at Insane's position. He is trying to find out players. If he just sees one movement, there's a crate in water, I can assure you that.
Yeah, Rising Nepal X stuck in a really, really bad spot. They will be able to make it to the other side, but if TM, they decide to go for this fight, this is just gonna get harder and harder for them. On the other side, TM official just taking control of this one bank of the beach. They have a lot of houses. They will be able to find enough loot for their team with which they can rotate over to another location and actually get some decent gun, go hunting for those smokes, that healing utility. Over on the other side, on Georgia Pole, we have T2K taking full control of this location. That is a good location. So, because Georgia Pole is a hot drop, Novo is a hot drop, and they are really big areas. There is a lot of loot. Usually, if you're playing up on the ladder, you have a huge chunk of players in these areas, but in competitive, teams have to be really, really careful, because an early exit from the game is going to result in you losing a lot of points. And did I just see someone do something really weird?
Yeah, actually, I think someone just fall off, but then he's gonna get a revival. But then look at the names. TM, it means Team Mercenaries. Look at like the domination people want to show with their names. That is incredible. And the Georgia Pole team, T2K, the full name is Trained to Kill. Like, those are some dominating names. If you just look at the team names, this is Rivals out here for you guys. And so Rivals X is looking like an incredible team with Trigger, Noob, Divine, and Slayer. No doubt Slayer would want to slay his opponents. Divine is going to show some Divine gameplay. Trigger, when he uses a Trigger, I think we're going to see some kill feed dancing. And Noob is not a noob. Don't take him lightly, obviously. And this is TDP for you guys. On top was taken down as the first blood in the game. But then all 3 players, I think they'll be ready to take revenge on the people who actually put them up in this situation.
Yeah, you always got to trust the process. And that is what TDP stands for. These players are going in for the slow-paced play right now. They fell back from their initial drop location and are looking to contest some other place for this time. But over on the other side, Erangel, once again, the game is going to start off slow. It's not like yesterday. Yesterday, from the get-go, it was all intense. Even on Miramar, we saw a lot of players drop in the first 3 minutes of the game. But this time around, just 2 players exiting the game, and over on the other sides, the teams are looking for those loot spots where they can find those scopes, they can find the guns to use in the fights and get the healing utility. That is actually really, really important, because from the early stages to the late game, one thing keeping you alive is going to be your health bar, and you want to be that always. You want that to always be on 100%.
Yeah, that is true. Like, that is totally true. And look at this area. This is like one of those areas where really, really, low amount of people, a low density of people actually go. No team actually tries to go there. But then our team number 14, that is Wolves. They are out there, obviously, because they want some good loot. They want that kind of loot that no one actually has their eyes on. And this kind of seems like a good thing. Now they don't have to rotate in the zone, or we'll have to see as the zone actually progresses. But we are 6 minutes and 13 seconds into the game as of now. If you guys actually just joined in, this is PMCO 2020 Spring Split South Asia. And this is Group C versus Group D. We had Group A versus B yesterday. A1 eSports dominated it with 87 points, followed by Nepali Ho Ni with 78. But right now, new teams are out here for you guys, and new competition is out there on your way.
Yeah, you have to be careful, because at any given moment you could be wiped out entirely. And we have been seeing interesting things happen since yesterday, and now coming in today again with Group C versus Group D. Things are just gonna get more and more intense as the days go forward. But on the other side, team number 11, they are outside in the blue zone. They are in the blue zone right now, taking some damage. They have to be really, really careful, because now in the early stages they will have to use some of that healing utility to stay alive and stay healthy as they make it to the play zone. And now that just puts you in a disadvantage in a fight, even if you have the cover, because you are going to trade damage. And whether you go low or either you win the fight, you will be healing up afterwards. And if you use your utility this early on, it's going to put you in such a bad spot for later stages. Yesterday we saw teams were taking back-to-back fights again and again in the closing stages, and you have to save all this stuff for then, for situations like that.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, all that matters is, see, every team has that fighting skill, that gun skill, but then all that matters is how you implement it. See, every team has a different role of players. They have different set of players. Right now, as you can see, Pikal, he has M24. That means he might be a sniper for his team. There's a person who will be entry fragger for the team. There will be a person who's going to be something. There'll be someone who's IGL, obviously, and a filter. A filter actually filters IGL's call if they should rush or not rush, and all those things there are out there. So there's someone who will be a support or a medic, obviously. So a team basically is a team when it's a lot of players that have their role. And okay, 20 bucks says this drop is gonna land on bridge. I don't know. No, it's not gonna. I don't know. I'm gonna lose my 20 bucks. I think.
Yeah, the bet has been made, and now we have to wait and see if this drop with the AWM, the level 3 armor, the level 3 helmet, and the level 3 backpack, and Ocean just losing the 20 bucks in the first 88 minutes of the game. This is going to be so sad for him.
I have a sad life, never mind. So, but nevertheless, there was an AWM in that airdrop, and that is a really, really good thing. And Train to Kill, they started from Georgia Pole. Right now, they are in Pochinki, right in front of Rivals X. Yes, spotted.
And Rivals, Divine, they have spotted Train to Kill. This could get interesting. Divine just relaying that information to his teammates. They are keeping an eye on it. And now they... Ooh, he spots out Legend in the car, but he is being really, really patient. They have control of that church area and are keeping an eye on the horizons on Train to Kill. Team T2K, team number 12 on our screens right now. But on the other side, Rivals, they are quite spread out. Being spread out means you have to deal with isolated fights, and that can go bad so fast for you. But on the other side, T2K just not engaging right now.
Yeah, they don't want to engage as of now, because see, at early stages fights are good. You can actually put up some pressure on your opponents, but then at the cost you don't want to lose any of your player as well. So that should not happen. As you can see, T2K players are trying. Hang is trying to put some shots on his enemies. If they don't take down his enemy, they just want that it can at least do some damage to the team as a whole. So that's what he is trying. He knows that church area is a crucial area, and there are some players out there church area. And this is your zone, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Pochinki currently at the center of the zone. Obviously, a part of Peripia, the area where your airdrop was, and that potato hill. That potato hill is going to be a crucial one to rotate from if the rotations happen. Meanwhile, there are 2-3 teams that are not in the zone. Team number 5, that is TDP, as you can see, was in the military base area, not in the zone as of now. And AKM with red dot for that far location. I don't think so that's going to do something new. You kind of need to, I think, recalculate the thing.
He is trying to play mind games. He wants to make you think that he doesn't know, but then he's going to switch out that scope and he's going to shoot you in the face. Rivals X, the thing that I like about this team so far, they are being patient. They have 2 players in 2 different locations and just keeping vision. While on the other side, they have 2 players in the back who are going in for that lurk in the entire area, just covering their spots. And we have the second airdrop coming in again with the AWM, the level 3 armor, helmet, backpack, and the adrenaline syringe.
This is near Pochinki house. This is near T2K's location. So if anything, 1 AWM is good. 2 AWMs make it even better if there's a competition. I want to see if someone uses C. Right now, Shari has a DP with a 4x scope. If he just knows that there's an airdrop behind him, he can use that AWM and pop some heads out. Those 25 bullets, if put to proper use, are going to show some big dance in the kill feed, and that's going to make a lot of changes. But then, does anyone know if there's an airdrop around them or they don't? That's a big question. Meanwhile, Rivals is still out there in Pochinki. You don't have to go anywhere. And Team Mercenaries on your screen, ladies and gentlemen, behind that Gatka area, right in front of Team 20, that is Bang. I would want to see if Ultimate Bang goes for it. The players' names in this team is YCL, LET, Bikal, SS, and Suana. but then 4 players are playing as of now. SS, YCL, Bikal and LDT. So I want to see, and there was a headshot opportunity, but that did not happen. Meanwhile, T2K Boliang actually goes for it, and Bikal took some time, has been damaged, but then his helmet is good. His vest is kind of intact, but the major factor is fights are happening in poaching. He, as one player, actually took someone down, but then these players are also trying to go for some potential shots.
Yeah, this is the first fight coming in that we are seeing. Oh, bang, SS is gonna get dropped instantly with that shot from the car 98, and things have gotten intense with TM Insane just making things harder for the side of Bang. Oh, that was a long-range fight, and from quite out in the open. His head had been spotted earlier, but he somehow still managed to take that and turn it in favor for his team. But once again, where these guys are fighting from, when they will have to move out, it's going to be out in the open, and you have to be really, really careful. But TMX, they are going to fall back, just avoiding any sort of vision against Bang, and try and be careful and work around to having a better standing in the game and go for that points play.
Yeah, they would want to go for it, because obviously that is one thing that is important. Right now, as you can see, Team Mercenaries is trying to make a move for the zone, and they are crossing right now. TX on their way, but then no shots were taken. Obviously, TX holding a good compound as of now. That was needed. Team Extreme was out there right in front of Team Mercenaries, but Mercenaries is going for a good run. You can see they have 3 cars, and right in front of them is team number 15, and there are players in water area, around that water area as well. And I think team number 16, they're gonna spot him, and he will be dying in this game.
Yeah, R3D Private, he is in a really, really bad spot. RNX, they know where he is. He has to call out to his teammates for help, but they are busy on the other side fighting team number 12. Oh, this has just gotten worse. I don't know, what was he doing, Ocean, in the water on the other side? T2K Boliang, he's gonna go down. R3D just working around. They have to deal with this fight first and then go help out Private on the other side. Otherwise, he's gonna lose his life. They get another knock on Legend, but it wasn't them. It was DC Sincere coming in from the back. This is a cluster of a team that are clashing. We have team number 19, 12, 13, 16, 17, 21 joining a fight. This is not a fight. This is a party. And first he has his eyes set on Bang. Bang losing one player. LDT already being knocked out because they are on the low ground. That is going to be a disadvantage, but the nade comes in first, has been dropped really, really low. On the other side, we have... Oh, this is just getting intense, man.
This is a fight that you will have to witness right now. And this fight is happening. As you can see, players are trying to go for their heals and revivals if they can go for it. 7Cs, Audio actually takes down one player, and the revival has been given to LDT. Obviously, he will try to move backward as soon as he can, obviously, because he has been spotted. But then that smoke is helping as of now to him. And then RN players are going for it. They want to go for another chance where they can find someone and go for some kills, because that is important. 7C pathetic right in front of you guys. He knows that Jahix was out there, but then for now he has gone. The grenade, nobody's gonna be home out there, and then RSX is gonna go for it, and he spots then Uzi right now, but then for now nobody home as near him. But as you can see, Pathetic is out there, and the grenade has been taken down, but will it do some damage? Yes, no, not as of now, but then they take out 1 player, 2 player for the team. Thank you for coming. That was good.
Yeah, J-Hex, he has to be really, really careful because Pathetic was right behind the car. Oh, he's gonna get shot. Pathetic is gonna get the knock, and he's gonna finish him off as well. On the other side, Rival Trigger, he spots out Pathetic, because when you are shooting that in that open of an area, you are gonna give your sound cues. But if you look at the minimap, if you look at the beach area, the cluster is still there. They are still fighting. They are being really, really careful. Bang looks in a really tough situation because they have RNX on one side. RNX is stuck as well. They have Bang on one side. They have INES right behind him. So, and they are separated as well. Parik, he is in an isolated island, in an isolated house, all alone. On the other side, the players are trying to go for the spot. So, in that cluster of a fight, you guys in the chat, what do you think? Which team is going to come out on top, and which team are you cheering for? This is PMCO 2020 Spring Split South Asia Group Stages, and this is just getting more and more lit. R3D, R2, he is cooking up that nade. Can he actually manage to take one out? He did get one knock, but over on the other side, he does get another knock.
He gets one knock and finishes the other knocked out person. That was good, but then Shari needs a revival, but then Hunter is not near him. So this is a chance for R3D team. Red team would like to go for there, and I think IR2 is gonna go and finish team number 12 right in front of you guys. are down to 15 teams as of now, but T2K Hunter goes for him, will try to finish him with that glorious M416 Glacier as it was roaring, but his health is really low and he has been taken out by Season. And Season finishes T2K out in this area, and IR2 gets that revival. Really? No, he won't get a revival right now. The person who went to revive him is in a bit of a trouble right now. It's down to Season right now. He was throwing all the smokes as he can just to make a potential cover. DC Adam, DC Pro Noob, DC Silix, and DC Sincere are looking for each and every direction. Maggi going good with that grenades. The team is really good with throwables, I think so. And Red Denzil, he'll try to get revived, and yes, he has gotten his revive as of now. Private 7 will have to move for the team as well, but then a team
10
is a team is entering. Team 10 is entering the party as well.
Yeah, this is a house party. This is not a house party. This is a rave going out in the open, and we have a lot of teams joining in. On the other side, Team 10, they get in, they get a knock instantly. Bang, looking to take out Rival X. They know where they are. They are hiding in the shot as the house. The door has been destroyed, and now LDT, he's going to try and find that opening shot for his team to get the kills. Right now, they are still sitting at 0. I think by the... Wait, is Pathetic still alive? How is this man still alive? How has his life been spared? But he was spotted. He's going to be taken out. Bang, LDT with that Mini 14. He's going to make that gun count. He's going to make his shot counts. And Pathetic, that was all he could do all alone. That's going to be his exit from this game. The game 1 of day 2.
The best part that I'm liking about all these fights is that people are more interested in DMRs and M16s as that is happening. And also the throwables, as you can see, Shift actually used a grenade to take down one player from Maggi. So I think if anything that is something. And TDP, the players that started with 4 men and was left to 3 men by the first blood is still in the game with those 3 men. Maggi's player has been taken out and CFH is the lone survivor. But I think there's a fight going on right in front of between Team 7 and Team 11. But the zone is at a southern Shift. Zone takes down R3D Private. He'll be needing a revive, but will he be given a revive? That's a bit of a question. Bang Bikal with that M24, Bang LDT with that Mini 14. They are kind of trying to make those guns count as LDT did with 7C Pathetic. So if anything, I think Rated Sir has been taken on by INS Evil Eye. Evil Eye can be an MVP for the game because he has 2 or 3 kills as of now, but then there's a scope of more kills because there is 41 people alive and 13 teams still surviving. Celix OP takes down another player with that Mini 14. I mean, are you using DMRs like ARs? Because you guys are the real pros when it is coming to the ZMR fight in Erangel in the first game. Will he get a revive? I was looking for Rival's Trigger, but I think he'll get a revive. Iron's Machine is using that SKS. I mean, DMRs are at a big bid right now. When it comes to fight, if it's a DMR, they are making it count. Evil Eye, his team, INES, some players are actually going for his. They know that R3D is right in front of them, and they are trying to take a potential shot. If they find it, it's theirs.
Yeah, they have to be really, really careful. But on the other side, if we talk about TDP, they just are being really patient. They are avoiding every sort of conflict. But on the other side, DFP being caught off guard by TDP is going to allow them 1 kill. DFP Panda is going to be taken out by Utsarga. But, oh, they are going to finish off Panda. And now coming back to this cluster, this party that has been going on for a while, RNX in first. He is trying to be careful. He's trying to wait for his teammate. But since he's going to catch out some players in the open, he's going to do a little bit of damage on the player of TX. But now, once again, they have the cover of the ridge. Demon, he's trying to fire some shots towards Demon. Oh, insane, getting a hit from the blue zone. On the other side, Demon, he is in a really bad situation with his entire team. They literally have players in front of them, on the right, and right behind them. This could get really bad if the team behind them starts to charge in. But if they do, then they are going to be in a bad situation. And that was mad. Oh, CFH. He has taken some damage. He has dropped down to 50% health. And now the speed of this fight has slowed down a little bit.
TX Kazi, as you could see, he was actually going for TDP, and I think he wants to eliminate all of TDP out there. But then Rival's Trigger has been taken down. Bang SS has been taken down in the kill feed, as you guys can see. And DC Prono has been taken down. So each and every location is a fight round right now. And I think Bang team is kind of in a bit of a trouble because they are losing their players. INES Evil Eye is trying to spot some players and trying to shoot on them because this area is going to be a big troubling area if you're not really good out there. And then this Molotov, I think if it does some damage, is going to do some catastrophic damage. Wolves Ironic has that AKM, is going for a revive, has a Kar 98 with that 8x scope, and Wolves Dictator pretty much has a lower health, but then is good with that thing because he is throwing grenades like anything. Sonam takes down Badrev. So I think UMP, Sonam had a UMP, so I think UMP side, you have each and every kind of gun out in this circle right now. This is the 5th zone, 22 plus minutes into the game, 30 people alive, 10 teams. I would want to see which teams comes out on top as TX captain is going hard on DC Steelix OP.
Yeah, and it all started with this one team being in the water, being caught off guard, and everyone collapsed in on that fight. TX captain taking Steely OP, but can they actually manage to finish them off? Oh no, ironic. He actually is trying to make something happen for his team. His players are quite low. I think I saw one of his teammates with no healing utility apart from, if I remember correctly, he had 10 bandages. And bandages take a lot of time to heal. Oh, on the other side, the car being blown up is going to do a lot of damage for the side of rivals. They are in a bad situation. Bang is going to try and finish them off, but they have to be really careful. TDP Utsarga coming in from the back. He can capitalize on that entire fight. But DC, they have to worry about DC as well. He has his crosshairs on them. He does not have a sight, but the ADS is going to be enough. Can this man make it count? Rivals getting bang. YCL on the other side. Wolves getting a kill. They get another one. Rivals are going to take out TDP Utsarga. That is going to be it for them in the game. TC captain getting Wolves ironic. And now TX captain, he has been knocked down. And they are once again, this is going to be tricky. Because you do have the car, but you have to fight over the ridge. Someone has to make the effort, make the initiative of climbing up. Because right now, TX, they have the advantage. They have cars set up for cover, and Wolves are going to be under that ridge. Genie is trying to get a flank, but Newt, ooh, that just overshot.
That Molotov just overshot, but as of now, I think Captain has gotten a revive. They have the cars, but cars are not for the cover for Wolves, as Wolves can easily spot them. Newt is going for another Molotov. This one hits.
This one is
this one hits Captain, and I think Captain is just slight far around that Molotov if he just goes for that location, I think. But then look at Newt. He has gone for a flank, kind of ironic. Is slithering right now slowly and slightly. Viper knows that there's a player on his right. Captain knows there's a player on his right, but Newt is on their left. Nobody knows his location. I think Newt can change the pace of the game, but then Ironic is also out there. This is going to be a snake fight, but I would want to see, does Viper sting, or is there going to be something ironic about this fight? Because Ironic is moving forward. Ironic and Viper are right next to each other in that smoke. Like they don't know. And takes down Captain. Would like to finish him. Viper, look at Viper's location. And Newt. Newt does not know that there's Viper right next to him. Dictator also does not know his location. Viper is the lone survivor within that area. Takes down Ginny. But then, at the cost that he has been taken on, that was the end of Team X.
Yeah, Team X just exiting the game entirely. We are down to the top 4 teams this time. 13 people alive. R3D down 2 players already in a really tough situation. On the other side, INES, they have all their players. Wolves, they have 1 knockdown and they are fighting out in the open. So this is going to be hard for them. Dictator, he is really low. On the other side, Ironic dropping to 50% health. Newt on the other side, the man going for the flank is going to take a lot of damage. Drops down to 30% health, but he's going to use his healing utility really well and try and heal slowly. Oh, this drop with the Groza. TDP charging in once again. Utsarga is going to come in with his entire team. He was knocked down earlier, but he was revived. Oh, he has been knocked down through the window, but TDP, they are trying to go in for the wraparound on that fight. Was he just killed off with his teammates being there?
Utsarga is out there. He's kind of bleeding out right now. But then Wolves is moving forward in that fight. And I'll have to see if R3D, they are going to go for that fight, as Enzil is reviving his teammate. And Utsarga is also getting revived. He has been revived. But then will he have the time to actually use that first hit? Because Wolves is moving forward right now. Ironic is bleeding out, but then no one cares about that thing because they are kind of pushing in an incredible way. Grenade came out. The grenade was kind of on the right, so that is one thing. But then Puffy is moving forward. Puffy spots one person. Puffy takes him down, but then Puffy has been taken down. This was a fight, and TDP gets eliminated on the 4th position. They had a bad start, but then right now they are in top 4 as of this run. And Wolves, I think they are a good contender for winning because this team has 7 kills with 5 in the hands of 6-9.
Yeah, this is just going to be really, really good for this side. Wolves, they have to be careful. Ironic was the man who sacrificed his life to stop INES from joining this fray. On the other side, R3D, they are in a really bad situation. 2 versus 3 from their side. Newt has been dropped really low, but he's going to heal up. Dictator being caught off guard is going to take some damage. He's going to drop down to 40% health. And Wolves, they can potentially use the smoke as an advantage and engage on R3D in this fight. On the other side, INES just being really, really safe, just being really, really patient, are just waiting this chaos out there. Trying to sneak his way in, is gonna get spotted out, but Newt was firing on him. R3D are gonna get the knock instead. Season is in a really cheeky position. He has a good flank on INES. He's gonna get one knock. Can he get another one on the other side? Nuke just being taken out by the blue zone. This is just gonna be so unfortunate. And 6-9 from the side of Wolves is gonna finish off there. Oh, R3D, you are in a bad spot. Azil he was left all alone in that house, and 6-9 just charged in. Season is gonna crawl back. He's gonna try and avenge his teammates, but INES, they are making their way in towards this last fight. 6-9 is gonna get taken out by Machine.
I think INES has a good angle and they are going to win this game, if anything. And yes, as we were talking, INES is going for things. World's Dictator is the final survivor right now. It's a 1v2 situation. Takes down one. Dictator is going for the team and he takes down one. He knows that Evil Eye might be around that corner. And Evil Eye, if I'm not wrong, if he's using that airdrop, he has a Groza right now. Will that Groza do some damage? Because he has used a Molotov right now. Evil Eye is moving forward. As you can see, Dictator does not know his location. Now he does, I think. He knows that there's a player coming out and he will try to go for that door. He wanted to burst that door, and as you can see, Dictator is using a bandage. As of now, Evil Eye goes back to that airdrop. I don't think so that a revival might come in handy. This is a 1v1 situation, guys, in this first match, and one player has been taken down, so it's just 1v1 as of now. Dictator is making that cover useful right now, because that is what Evil Eye did for him, and a revival is coming in handy. Will it be a revival? Yes, it is a revival. As long as Dictator is just sitting out there trying to make an angle, but then he gets off committed by that blue zone, and the revival has been done. He has seen the players, and Evil Eye would like to move forward. Will he or will not? Dictator has been spotted once again. Evil Eye moves forward. Evil Eye with that drop shot does some damage, and that car burst takes him down. World's Dictator could not do that as of now, but the first position goes to INES. A glorious chicken dinner with Evil Eye. 6 kills, but 6-9 with 7 kills comes out to that second position.
Yeah, that is just going to be intense for this side. INES, 12 points for the kill. 32-point play coming in game number 1 of day 2. That was just incredible. On the other side, Wolves also performing really well. R3D finishing 3rd. So these teams are going to have a good chance of moving up ahead with a really good standing. But right now, this is just game 1. We have 3 more games to go. Next is going to be Sanhok. You have to be careful.
Next going to be a fast-paced game, but then this fast-paced, I mean the final circle, as you saw.
And yeah.
it was like intense was not even a word to define it. A 1v2 play at the end of that area. Wolves Dictator, he used the cover that Evil Eye burst against him. He used that Buggy's cover to just lie down there for the fight, but then Evil actually took out that time to just revive his teammate. But then the game that took out, I would want to see what are the total potential kills of team number 1, that is INES and Wolves, because 6-9, he did an incredible job with those 7 kills.
Yeah, that was an incredible job coming in for his team, because had he not had those kills, his team was going to drop down. His 7 kills are just going to push him up ahead and really forward in the future, because they are going to help them if they are consistent with their positioning in the later games. But for now, INES just putting up a show, and you guys could hear us running out of breath, because this was just one prolonged fight that started on one beach, with one team being, as I said, one team was caught off guard in the water, and everyone collapsed on that situation. You had one team charging in, all right, we can take these guys, but in an instant, in the next 2 minutes, you have like 7 teams just fighting in that coastal region.
Yeah, that area, it was just first, third party, fourth party, fifth party.
It was just a race.
It was an invitation for everyone to just use their guns and show their skills. But then let's just talk about something. TDP lost their first person.
Yeah.
Like in the early stage, like he just landed, and as soon as he landed, there was a guy, Evil Eye, started that fight, and Evil Eye ended the fight. I mean, that is an incredible thing by Team INES. They were out there in Novo area waiting for a team to actually come up and contest on them. And then if you have to talk about it, let's talk about T2K. They were out there in that, if you remember, the Pochinki area. An airdrop was behind them. They were taking fight with TM on the other side. So they knew how to actually go against their fights. And when the zone actually shifted down from that area, they just went in the zone first. They gave that zone priority, which the teams of yesterday were kind of lacking. So they knew how their fights were gonna happen. But then at the end, if we have to talk about it, Ultimate Bang was one of the teams that could not perform as good as their name actually sounds and their reputation was. So I think they might be coming back in the they might come back in the next game.
Yeah, they have to make a comeback. Once again, this was just game 1. We do have game 2 coming forward, but before that, let's have a look at the standings for this game 1 of day 2 on Erangel and see how the teams have fared so far. And I guess we all know who is going to be in the bottom 8 right now. Deadeye guys finishing last, stuck in a really bad spot. We have Ultimate Bang finishing 7th. Oh, this is the top 8. INES finishing 1st. We have Wolf's Den on the 2nd, R3D on the 3rd, Rival X on the 4th, Trust D Process finishing 5th. Once again, losing one guy as soon as the game started and then making their way to the top 5. We have Team Extreme on the 6th. 7th, we have Ultimate Bang and Deadeye guys on the 8th. So Deadeye guys, once again, they have 2 kills. Had they had one more, they could have climbed up.
Yeah, that is true. And then Matt G comes on 9th position with those 4 points. TM Official on 10th. And Damn Classy is out there on 11th. Team 7C on 12th. Red Light on 13th. Rising Nepal X on 14th. Defrio on 15th. And Team 2K. The one that I started, you know, the Pochinki fight that actually changed the pace of the game. They were moving into the zone, but then moving into the zone did not help him as they were trying to take those fights, but they were late for the rotation of the zone.
Yeah.
And as you remember, we were looking at the points and TDP out there. They had a really good run. They had 8 placement points. That means they were on 4th. But then those 4 kill points actually take them down to 5th position. So that these points kind of matter. And I want to see who is MVP and all because I want to see if it's Evil Eye or if it's Grey. Because you know the kill points actually mattered. So let's just see who is the MVP for this game and what were his stats. Because stats always matter. Stats are an interesting thing to crunch with numbers. So I would want to see who is that.
Yeah, so those of you who don't know, Ocean loves numbers. He, you are still teaching maths, right?
I retired last year.
A retired maths teacher with us. So he is going to help us with some calculations with the numbers of the players. And we will see who was the MVP for game number 1. And it is going to be Evil Eye after all. He had 6 kills. He had 1023 damage. Distance traveled was 9.8 kilometers. And time of survival, 27 minutes, 40 seconds.
9.8 kilometers is a lot of distance because if I need to tell you guys, this distance covered is the distance that you go or that you travel on foot. If you're traveling 9.8, almost 10 kilometers in a map of 4x4, that means you did a really good, because they started from Novo Repnoi. They had to go from southern island to that northern island area. Obviously, they had to go around bridge blocks or something if there were any, and they had to go to that farm, the area that is adjacent to farm, because that is where the final fight was. So traveling to all those areas on foot, I mean, if you exclude the car travel, so you have to travel all these areas on foot, the rotations that you do, the calls that you actually listen to, and you give those calls. So if anything, I think Evil Eye had his eye on chicken dinner alongside that MVP, so he kind of deserved it.
Yeah, they deserve this victory. But on the other side, one more team I would like to talk about. It's going to be Wolves. In the 1v2 situation, had the charge coming out a little bit earlier, he could have actually clutched that out. They held on for so long, really, really well. If you remember correctly, if my memory serves me right, they started the fight out in the open with just 2 cars in front of them. And were trying to fight out 2 different teams at the same time, but still managing to actually survive that, and from there on out finishing 2nd in the entire game. That is just impressive from their side. Over on the other side, TDP and INES, they started in a really similar situation, except the for the fact that INES actually took down one player from the side of TDP. Both of them decided Novo was the safest place, and Novo apparently was the safest place because the 2 teams who landed there actually are in the top 5 right now.
Yeah, Novo was a safe place, but then Novo was safe place for INES. TDP kind of lost. They were one person out there.
Yeah. But that was it for game number 1. We'll be back after a short break with game number 2 on Sanhok. Stay tuned and keep watching. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to PMCO 2020 South Asia Group Stages. My name is Varun Super Johnny John. Joining me on the desk is none other than Ocean Sharma himself. How are you doing after game one?
After game one, I'm more than excited, more than thrilled for the second game because game one, y- there was a blazing fire going on at a particular area. I want to see if that happens in game two because game two is going to be Sanhok, and
Yeah.
Sanhok has some areas that it's famously infamous for: boot camp, paradise, ruins. Camp Alpha Bravo Charlie, Camp ABC, those areas.
Yeah.
So I would want to see if fights, just happen, and if they keep on happening. Suppose two teams drop at bootcamp, they are fighting with each other. A team loots Paradise, comes to bootcamp to join that party. A team from Ruins comes to that area. Painan comes to that area. So these areas are going to be some known areas. So if anything, I would want to see what happens, where it happens, how it happens, and which teams comes out of top. Because yesterday,
A1.
A1 eSports had two consecutive chicken dinners.
Yeah.
I would want to see if INES does it with that evil eye. No pun intended.
And that is also another interesting thing because, yeah, you can drop at the hotspots, but there is a strategy that we have seen a lot in this competitive scene, wherein teams don't drop at the hotspots, they drop just outside that area. Like, instead of dropping inside boot camp, you drop to the three houses or the anchors that are there behind it, and you loot them, you rotate out, and then fall back in and try and take on any team that is surviving that entire brawl. Talking about brawls in the last game on Erangel, there was this huge fight that happened near a lighthouse. It was just incredible, and as you said, in Sanhok that can potentially happen because the map is really small, and in Sanhok you get to see a lot of snakes.
In previous PMCO that happened, previous PMCO fall split, what happened is it was, I don't think so, it was 8-bit and some other team player. So they were, see, Sanhok is infamous for its, areas that have so much grass. So they were lying next to each other and no one actually knew. Meanwhile, we are in the game, and right now, as you can see, from Camp Charlie Dogs to Cow. So Paradise, Boot Camp, Tatmok, Mongnai, Camp Bravo, Bhan, Lakavi, Kampong, Ruins, obviously, Painan. You can go to each and every area,
Yeah.
but then Camp Alpha Island, I think that might be isolated. If you want to go to that area, you can go to that area, but then all will matter if where the circle actually forms and how you rotate. No one's home in Camp Charlie. No one went to docks or cave. I would want to see where teams go because you can see 7C is actually taking their drop with one team along that Sami area, and boot camp is a place where there might be some teams. Wolf is going to that Camp Alpha. Really good strategy, but let's see how the games proceed.
Yeah, but a really big spread coming in from all these teams is just going to make this entire game more interesting. As I said, you don't drop directly at boot camp, you drop outside of it, and team number 17, the team that got the first chicken dinner, they are doing exactly that. Slow down the pace of the game in the initial stages and then pick it up later on. But Evil Eye is quite out in the open. He's going to group up with his teammates, but in the meanwhile, if RNX actually spot them out, they are going to know where INES are, and that is just going to spell trouble for them. Over on the other side, talking about the entire map, the trajectory of the plane, it was right down the middle. So, as Ocean said, basically the entire map is open and up for grabs for all these teams. Camp Alpha is one of those places where teams don't usually go. Yesterday we saw, if I remember correctly, 2 teams were there, and the rest of the teams just spread out on towards around the boot camp area. There was a cluster in near Lakhavi, and Paradise Resort as well had 3 squads. But the party on Sanhok has already started with 7C Monkey already taking a hit.
Yes, and INES Badrev is moving forward right now. TM Insane takes down 7C Maske YT, obviously ending him in an incredible way. TM Chiku, as you can see, is low on health right now. He did not get knocked as such, but then his health is critically low, so he needs to take that up. First hit was dropped for him by Insane. Thanks a lot for that. Chiku wants to say that. Where manners, bro. And 7C hates, as you can see, they know that they are kind of in a bit of a trouble right now, so they would like to fall back, but then Demon OP, he might be spotted. Hades is also spotted. He knows. See, Mr. Vutu knows that Hades was there, but then he is not taking any shot right now. And Chiku is good with health right now, so he was going for a fight with that Tommy gun. He has 2 Tommy guns. One has an extended mag as well. With those 50 bullets, you can sometimes do wonders. 7C Hades was going for some cover fires, but right now would like to gather with his teammates, the 3 remaining teammates, so that they can be safe and also can take on this fight. Demon OP is also coming through to that area for his team. So TM versus 7C. First blood has been drawn.
Yeah, first blood has been drawn already from the side of TMX. Already dropping one players from the side of 7C, Hades, Demon, and Aruz. The only three players remaining are just gonna go run on that hill and try and get out of this fight. Over on the other side, TM, they just chased out 7C from this area, but Ioneers is back. T2K Legend taking a hit. That is just going to put his entire team in a really tough situation. Ooh, Evil Eye getting knocked down in return with that Uzi coming in from the side of T2K. Sanhok. Oh, Sanhok.
Sanhok is something different, and I would want to see. I think this fight was happening near around bootcamp area, if I'm not wrong. And Badrev takes down T2K Legend, and INES is kind of in a bit of a trouble because T2K Hunter takes down Tier as well. But then Machine comes out with that UMP, takes down T2K Hunter. So I think INES might be in a bit of a trouble. Machine is reviving, and Badrev. These are two players. Badrev has an AKM with 26 bullets. I think if he does not have enough bullets, he cannot reload it. And Machine is going to go for another revival right now. Evil Eye is getting himself popped up with the first aid, and T2K, Bolihang and Shari are in a bit of a good area right now, but can they make a good utilization of those covers and those higher areas? And Shari has been spotted. Some shots were taken on him. His HP is down to 55-ish HP right now. Evil Eye will also be getting has been revived as such, but then now the major factor is that INES is back to their 4 men, not 4 men, like 3 men, and one is kind of right now in a bit of a trouble, and T2K's one player is slowly and steadily bleeding out. They are holding him as a hostage, so that's kind of a good thing, but then no, he has been killed right now.
Yeah, that was a good strategy, but that was a sacrificial lamb. T2K Hunter, he was sticking close to INES's hut just because he could relay the information of what INES were doing to the remaining two players. Over on the other side, Bolihang and Chari, they are on top of that mountain. They are just being safe and waiting it out. And you have to wait it out now because you just lost 2 players from your team. You have to be careful. The only 2 surviving members from the side of Team T2K, trained to kill, are just going to run away and move on to the later stages of the game. We are 5 minutes in, already lost 3 players from this game. That is the power of Sanhok, and with the power of Sanhok comes the power of the Groza in the first airdrop with the level 3 armor and the level 3 helmet. This is going to be a really good drop in the early stages. If someone actually manages to collect that drop with a scope, it is going to be a big advantage. But over on the other side, we have Team Wolves. Look at that. Just taking control of an entire island. They're all alone in that entire place. Camp Alpha is there. Hatin is there. And the difficulty for them will arise when they actually have to rotate into the second circle. First circle is going to be easy. It is there on the edge of their island. They can stay there. They can be safe. But in towards the second circle, if they are unlucky, it is just going to get bad because they will definitely be kept away from making it into the play zone.
That is totally true. And right now, as you can see, DC squad out there on some areas. Adam, Sincere, Steelix OP. Steelix OP had a really good run in previous game, and I would want to see how that actually happens. But then I would want to see how they take fights when the map changes, when it's exactly everything. And Shari is going for a spray. If it's not any other team, he's going for Rising Nepal X. I would want to see how this fight happens because T2K Shari is kind of lonely in this house, and Sonam, he does not know Sonam's location. I think he does know Sonam's location right now, but then there are 3 people on that upward area. He can spot him. A grenade actually came right next to him, but then it did not do that much of a damage. Did some catastrophe as well, but then Bolihang and Shari are 2 survivors for their team, but I like one thing, that they still have that aggression in them. They lost 2 players, but they are not backing up for a fight, from a fight. They were the first people to actually throw some bullets on Rising Nepal, so that means they are ready for each and every competition you can throw at them.
Yeah, but what T2K are doing, it is risky business. You are trying to go in for the 4 versus 2 fight. They have the advantage of being in the huts, having the cover, but over on the other side, a couple of good nades are just going to take them out of this game. Over on the other side, Rising Nepal X, they have the high ground for themselves. If Team T2K, they want to engage, they have to run at them from out in the open. And Sonam, managing to regroup with his entire team, is going to feel quite comfortable and quite same when he has his lads right next to him. Over on the other side, DFP, all the players just moving in tandem. Steel shot, just trying to make sure that he can cover all the angles for his teammates to be safe, because Team 18, they just might be heading towards their direction, and that could spell trouble if Steel Shot does not spot them out.
Yeah, that is a true thing. And DF is Demons Force for you guys. DF Rio, that was their whole name. DF Panda, DF Punisher, DF Steel Shot, and obviously DF MR7. As you can see, this is a drop area, and every team is in the zone right now, with Bhan actually having a flare drop, a normal drop for them, and then Wolves will have a tough time going to that zone because there is a team kind of gatekeeping the area near them. Meanwhile, 7C, they lost one player if I'm not wrong, and right now 7C is with 3 players, Aruz, Demon OP, and Hades, and they have a challenge right in front of them in the name of DF. I want to see if this force is unstoppable or if 7Cs rule this sea of fight out here. I want to see if Hades does some work, or will Steel Shot's bullets are going to penetrate each and every armor and vest. Right now, Hades has a level 1 helmet, level 2 vest, level 2 backpack with 1 first aid, no doubt 10 bandages, but then will they make a difference? That's one thing. He has an extended mag on his M4, but then when it comes to gunpowder, I would like to see which team drops it all. And another airdrop coming off the drops is having MK14, the second airdrop alongside obviously 7.62 bullets, military level stuff. So I would want to see if there's a team that uses this MK in close range fights when it comes to Sanhok.
Hey, you just said gunpowder, and we have a powerful gun dropping in. As we said, the Grows are coming in. But if you actually pay attention to the mini-map, look at Wolves. Director was quite split up from his team. DE was there. They could have actually kept him away. And now they are going to get collapsed upon by the side of Wolves, who are trying to make it inside the big island on the side of Sanhok. On the other side, 7C, I think they are just going to be kept out of the next place. And it just does not make that much of a difference right now. The second circle, it is sort of along the same center as the first one, just a little bit smaller. But this time around, DE, here comes Wolves. They have to be careful. They are trying to come in from the bridge, and that is going to be a lot of sound being given away, a lot of open rotation coming in from the side of Wolves. So DE, they are going to be able to spot them. They will have the advantage in engaging this fight. But once again, it is Wolves. It is the team that survived with 3 players. It is the team that finished second in the first game on Erangel. So you have to be careful against them. You have to be really careful as to how you engage upon them, as to how you approach this fight. The advantage lies in the fact that Director was not with his team.
Yes, he is actually quite far away. It's Dictator. Yeah, Dictator is actually quite far away. And I would want to see how Wolves take up this fight, because Wolves are ready for it. Wolves would like to roar in that area. If they're not, they would want to show that their name is Wolves, but they are lions when it comes to the jungles of Sanhok. And Dead Eyes, this is the team DE for you guys. They know that they have been gatekeeping this bridge for a long time. They would want to take a fight, but then this might be a big fight as TDP and INES is out there. INES tier is on a really different angle, but then 3 people, Evil Eye, Badrev, and Machine, are moving like those machines. They want to terminate the team that is right in front of them with Puffy on top, Thing, and Utsarga. I want to see if TDP actually falls short, or if INES will have to end their run. Evil Eye takes down Utsarga. A big player takes down another big player of the team, and then Puffy was going for a counter shot and takes down Evil Eye right in front of the guys. So I think this fight is going intense, and Badrev can also fall short, but then a little bit of damage was done to it. Badrev needs to move forward as soon as he can just to revive Evil Eye, as they know that his firepower is incredibly insane. Machine is on one side. Tier has actually come out of his den, and he wants to go for a fight right now, and Badre would like to heal himself, or maybe just go on a go to take the other people down. Look at Machine's location. He is in the good spot. He can take the event, can take the one person down. Thing versus Machine takes him down. Wanted to end his legacy, but right now he has been taken down as on top. Goes for it. It's a trade-off going on right now. Puffy is kind of on the critical health as well. Goes for 75 HP. On top is moving forward. Wants to give revive to Utsarga. Will try to go for a revival, and yes, he would like to go for a revive. Tier is one of the lone survivors. Will Tier take this fight in his hands and would like to end, because Machine is kind of critically low? But Utsarga, I think once TDP gets a revive, they would like to push in as soon as they can, as Puffy is ready for it. You can see he's trying to spot Evil Eyes and Badrev. If he does it in one spray, he has the capability of taking people out. Utsarga is done for. He would like to go and pop that first hit alongside Thing, and I think once again TDP will be back, as you can trust the process of their rushes.
Yeah, this was a revenge fight from the first game wherein INES actually managed to cut off TDP from this location where they wanted to land. Machine sticking close to the heart of TDP, relaying all the information to his teammates from INS, and Badrev is going to get Evil Eye back in the game. On the other side, Machine is going to be finished off. That is going to be a disadvantage for the side of INES, but Badrev taking a lot of damage. He is going to be dropped to 10% health, but Puffy takes some damage from Evil Eye as well. Evil Eye on the other side is charging in. Can he get a flank? Can he get Puffy out of this game? On the other side, TDP, they are quite split up. If Puffy goes down, Evil Eye can actually take control of that entire hut and try and go in for 1v3. Badrev on the other side is healing up. This could spell trouble for the side of Trusty Process. Evil Eye, he is quite close. Badrev hiding in the smokes, and TDP just grouping up all four of them. 2 on one side, 2 on the other. Pantov, Puffy sticking together, Utsarga and the other lad sticking together. But INES just decide to get away from this entire situation after losing Machine to the side of TDP, and now grouping up with Tier, Badrev and Evil Eye. But is TDP gonna let this go? Is TDP going to let them live? Over on the other side, we have Bang trying to spot out players from behind the rock, behind the cover. He has his teammates with him. But over on the other side of the ridge, you will have another team, another fight going on. And Bang just trying to be careful. We have team number 12 quite close. It's T2K with the remaining 2 players, Boli Hang and Chari. Can they actually avoid this conflict? Because they have to. This is going to be big for the side of Bang, catching these 2 players off guard.
Yeah, totally. This is going to be something. This is going to be a bang, if not anything, because, you know, T2K, they were ready for a fight when there was a team right in front of them. So I think with the gunpowder, they're going to go for it. So I would want to see what Shari and Bolihang would like to do. They are still in that one compound. They did not move at any location, but I mean, just look at that. Their presence is enough to make other teams run away from them. This is the second time a team is running away from a fight that has more number of people when it comes to quantity as compared to T2K, because they are trained to kill. It's like, yeah, we have lost some players, but we have never lost the spirit of fight. A hope of that, the fact that we can actually come out on top, and that's what they are trying to do. Meanwhile, if we're talking about the fights that was happening beforehand, as the zone is shifting, as you can see, this is gonna be a boot camp Pine and mid zone. So if anything, I think DC squad that is going to be in a really good position alongside Rising Nepal. But then the teams that have to get into the zone right now, as you can see, TX is kind of on a really, you know, different zone, and they'll have to get into that zone. Otherwise, you know what blue zone actually does to people.
Yeah, we know what happens when you are in the blue zone. We saw that yesterday, a good example of it on Miramar. But this is Sanhok. You can actually make a faster rotation on this entire map. Right now, we have DE in front of us. Wadu Sir, can he actually spot out some players? He is in a really comfortable position on the edge of this island. They have a lot of area for themselves to rotate. But TDP, I think Dead Eye, they just spotted him out. They just spotted Puffy out, and that could spell trouble. But TDP, they will have the advantage of having the high ground, being on the mountain. They can actually fall back and be in a safer location. So Deadeye guys, they have to be careful, because one bullet fired is going to be that their location is going to be given away.
Yeah, they would not want to have that happen. They would not want that happening right now. Rivals Slayer has been taken out, and Wolves New T has been taken out by DE Shifu. So yeah, I think fights are happening, and TDP might actually end up the legacy of DE Deadeye, as Wadu Sir has been taken out by On Top. He wants to show why he's on top, but then a trade fire actually comes by Illusion. Sir takes him down. Thing is going for Illusion, and Rated Sir, as you can see, is out there. TM Instinct takes on 7C. Demon OP on the other end. Utsarga goes for DE Shifu. Sir takes him down as well. So I think TDP is actually really good for a fight as of in this instance right now, as you can see. But then he actually looks for a drop shot, takes it out, and Illusion Sir has been taken down once again. I think Rated Sir is one of the lone survivors on the other end, and he would like to give revive to Wadu as well to get things help. And yes, he has been taken down as well. Puffy is the lone survivor from TDP. So I think it's all down on him and him alone, as Utsarga is really far away and has been spotted. He has also been taken down. It's Puffy only. And on 16 spot, TM gets eliminated. But I think another team is on the verge of elimination. Which will it be? DE or TDP? That's a big question.
I think TDP is in a really tough situation. Puffy healing his teammate. He is trying to go in for the revive. But can he make this happen? The revive is going to come in. But as we said, Ustarga was in the back. And now Rated Sir, he is going for the revive as well. He spotted 2 players from the side of TDP. Pantop doing a really wonderful job healing up right in the nick of time. TX Demon getting a knock on RLE. Imaz Ahmed was knocked out earlier, but they have to be careful. Coming back to this fight. Oh, Pantop, he is behind a good cover. But now, Rated Sir, you have given up your location, good sir. You have to be careful over on the other side. Puffy is going to get knocked out. That is going to just be unlucky for Pantop. Is he the only member left standing for his time? Oh, a good nade comes in, but Rated Sir is going to manage to avoid that. Now, Pantop, this is all going to come down to him. He's going to trade the spray. Rated Sir being dropped, but is Puffy going to survive? And the answer is going to be no. Pantop is going to get taken out, and that is going to be it for Trusty Process. They are going to be taken out of this game by Deadeye, guys.
Deadeye actually did really good as TDP was going for a fight, and that was an incredible fight as you can see. But then Wolf Squad is going for it. Ironic takes on INES Evil Eye, but then INES here. Look, INES is having fights on 2 different locations. They were trying to take out other players as well, but then Wolves knows the location, and Wolves is kind of in an open spot. DE Wadu, as you can see, is moving to the location of Bootcamp, and Bootcamp is gonna be a hell right now as Badrev. If he spots Wadu, it might be end of Deadeye's as well. But INES Tier and Badrev are 2 survivors from INS in this area. Meanwhile, Wolves 6-9, as you can see, had 7 kills in previous match, finished up at 2nd position. Kudos to Wolves Dictator for that thing, but right now they'll be aiming for a 1st position win as 6-9 takes out 1 player as well in this fight. I would want to see what happens as the zone shifts, as this is kind of a water zone if you look at it.
Oh yes. This reminds you of what happens in Vikendi. But look at TX. They are out in the zone. They are quite far away. And when they are coming in, they have this huge cluster of teams to deal with. Bootcamp is always a hotspot, but now it's gonna be hell for everyone who's trying to stick it out in there. INES Badri. Oh no, Maggi. They are gonna lose 1 player. RNX in first. Sonam on the other side is gonna throw a really good nade. DC. They are going to capitalize on this fight as well, but Sonam, he has a backstab on Mad X. Can he actually go in for the kill? He's going to try and wrap around. The smoke is there. He falls back. He falls back to his entire team. And Team T2K trained to kill. They are going to be taken out, but Bang YCL is going to go down as well. Deadeye guys being taken out of this game.
Okay, and Red Light actually goes up on the 11th position. It's down to 10 teams, 31 people alive. But as you can see, the kill feed is running like anything. Bang is a spots up player and actually takes him down. Rising Nepal, thanks for coming. Bye-bye. This was a really good game. But then Bang squad is kind of in a trouble right now. They need revivals as soon as they can. But I don't think so. They are getting any chance of revival. Oh. And they'll be taken down in an incredible way. We're down to 8 teams all of a sudden. And just the zone. You can see 7C and Wolves are the teams that are getting into the zone as soon as they can. And Wolves have a proper chance of getting a chicken dinner in this one. I don't think so they'll be getting good kills as people might die of the zone as of now. Once again, zone's gonna do some damage. As you can see, TX Captain gets eliminated out there. Magic Galu gets eliminated by DC Silisope. TX Kazi eliminates Magzi, blah blah. That was something. TX Kazi has been taken down. Play Zone takes out DC Sincere as well as we're talking. And Private 7 will also be taken down out there. And this was the end of R3D Devils. And now it's a fight between Zone and Swimming and the land area. Can you actually read the faster? I don't think so that Panda will be able to go for it, and Panda might get might die of the zone. We are down to 15 people alive, 6 teams right in front of you guys. This is a fight. This is a fight for legacy. You need to make your name in those chicken dinner books, and this is important. And one more player goes on as INES Badrev has been taken down by Pro Noob. They don't care if they're out of the zone. All they want is those kill numbers. They want to increase the kill numbers. They know it's not their fight. Bandages are not going to help you get into the zone, but they are trying to save a spot for their team. Silix OP is running for his dear life for the zone, but I don't think so. And that will be end of their legacy as well. As Damn Classic goes out on 6th position. 5 teams, 10 players remaining. Wolves squad is in the zone as of now, and Wolves have their 4 players intact. Will it be a question? I don't think so that they can win. UT needs a revival as of now, and 7S is right in front of them.
Yeah, and we said bye to one more team. We are down to the top 4. Wolves Dictator, he has spotted the players from the side of 7 Seas. These are the two teams that rotated into the play zone the first, and now they are clashing amongst themselves. So whoever wins, oh no, INES, they are taken down as well. Wolves, they actually have a chance of taking this way down to the final two teams. 7 Hades and Wolves. Can they make this happen? Hades, he's behind a rock out in the open. 7C Hades on the other side. Even only 2 players remaining from this entire team. Wolves, can you clutch this one out for your entire squad and get the chicken dinner this time around? It is, after all, a 4 versus 2. They have the numbers in their favor. They have the location in their favor. The only advantage that 7Cs has is the cover from the house. Hades from behind the rock is going to do a lot of damage. Wolves Ironic is going to get dropped. He is going to be knocked out. Dictator is going to try and go in for the revive, but on the other side, 7Cs, they are dropping havoc on the entire side of Wolves. This could be really, really interesting. 2 versus 4, 2 versus 3, 2 versus 2. But on the other side, I think Dictator can actually get a revive. Nuke has been dropped. Oh, Hades drops. Dictator drops Hades. Demon, the only man left standing for the side of 7 Seas. Can he clutch this one out for his team? That is going to be a really question. Can he answer this one? He has taken some damage. He has taken some hit, but he is still pretty healthy. It is going to be a 1 versus 2. It is going to be Genie versus Dictator. Newt is going to die, but it is not going to matter. It is going to be a 1v2. Demon still hiding in that one small hut. He is going to use that smoke to try and get away, try and relocate, try and position himself to have the advantage in this fight. Can he make this happen? I keep asking that question, and will it be answered soon? Because Dictator, he is popping in the boost. He is going to go for this fight. He has repositioned, but Demon, he is using that TPP really well to stay safe.
He wants that, and Demon right now the zone's gonna do some damage to him. He spots one player, goes for him, takes him down to 20 HP, but then he is the one in trouble. If they don't do anything, he's still gonna lose, and he's gonna go to the second go. So he's not giving them a kill point, he's just dancing out there. That's how he teases them, and he goes out with glory. But then Wolves get a chicken dinner. But look at that thing. He was like, okay, kill me. Try if you can kill me, but I'm not giving you even a single kill point out of this. Wolves take that chicken dinner in their hands, and this fight ended up with a dance brawl, if not a gun brawl, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, sidestepping in the game is really important. You can sidestep, shoot. Oh yeah, Ocean is gonna dance for you.
But I'm not gonna die at second. Man, that was nice. I mean, like, see, you don't want to give any point to your opponent, even if they are winning. You know they are winning, but then they're like, 1 point, not gonna happen.
It ain't gonna happen, not over here. While I'm alive, I'm gonna die to the zone. And you will regret this for the rest of this tournament. If I had that 1 point, that is going to be the question. But for now, Wolves actually getting that chicken dinner. And on the other side, INES maintaining a good position in this game as well. This is once again a similar situation like yesterday. Teams performing really well, are being really consistent. Over on the other side, some teams, will we see them pick up the pace later on? We have 2 more games to go.
I don't know, because what happened in this fight is, because there was a team in the previous match that came second. They knew their mistake of that second position. Right now they just worked on it and they came first. Once again, team proving that they had that worthiness in them. They were second with good amount of kills. Right now it was their chance to shine, and they actually came up on top. I would want to see what 7 Seas does in the next map. That will be a Miramar map, because Miramar is going to be a big map, and we have seen what these teams were doing in Erangel map with DMRs. So if it comes to DMR fights or maybe bolt action fights, because in first match they were first 3 airdrops that had an AWM. I would want to see that happening in Miramar. But as of now, in this fast-paced Sanhok fight, which started from boot camp to Camp Alpha, because Camp Alpha, there was a team, Wolves only.
Wolves was, they had control of the entire Camp Alpha island, and they survived there for so long. I think Dictator was split up really far away from his team for a really, really long time. I think since the starting of the game, and still actually managing to survive till the later stages, clutch out the victory for his entire team. That is just impressive from this man and this entire team. They finished second in the first game, and they had a chicken dinner in the next. Now, can they keep this going? Can they keep this up for the next 2 games? If they actually can, that is, I think, going to be trouble for the teams in the other groups. Because A and B, A1 eSports, Nepali Ho Ni, Whoa. I want to see these squads clash against each other.
I mean, that is true, though, what you said. But then I'm gonna point out one thing. T2K, they had a really good fight in the start. I mean, they lost their 2 players, but then they still managed to take out the fight on other teams. Like Bang was out there right in front of them. They actually, managed to push them away from the fight. There was Rising Nepal also on their area. They never knew that there are just 2 people in those compounds. Otherwise, teams would have pushed. But then with their gun power, they kind of faked the fight. They were like, we are ready for a fight. We are not 2. We might be 4 people. They were playing mind games with their opponents, and that mind game came in really, really handy. So it's a huge shout out to T2K for actually doing that thing. I mean, T2K did an impressive mind game. TDP did an impressive gun game when it came to that thing, but then TDP kind of lagged at some point and they came out 15th if I'm not wrong. So I would want to see where does TDP go after this, because TDP was known to dominate in Sanhok matches, and Sanhok was the match when bootcamp fight they came out, they actually lost the fight to Deadeyes if I'm not wrong. So I would want to see where does TDP go after this. What will be their strategy for 3rd and 4th game of today?
Yeah, from the side of T2K, we had Chari and Bolihang who were left alive. And it is an interesting strategy that we are seeing of teams actually sacrificing one player just to get the information. Having a player alive is always going to be advantageous for you. You can actually, people can be useful in a fight. You will be firing more bullets from your end. The enemies are going to be in trouble. There will be a lot of pressure on them. But information is key as well. If you know the location of where exactly your enemies are or what they are doing, especially after you get a knock on their side. So what happened there was, Hunter got knocked, and then Hunter stuck close to the enemy's hut, just relaying the information. Alright, I don't see them, but they are in this room. They are going in for the revive, and that allowed his teammates to decide whether they actually wanted to rush in, charges, and go for the kills, or they wanted to get away. They decided to get away because they were already outnumbered, and that is a really smart decision. Go for the information, but you have to be really, really careful in that as well, because you know while going in, when you're knocked down, you know while going in that you are gonna die.
That is true, and there are some strategies in Sanhok that actually change the pace of the game at an incredible level. Like the zone, the shift of the zone. Like it was 50%. Like the river was dividing the zone in 2 different positions, but then the zone actually made a northward shift, and Wolves was actually fast enough to move into the zone. As soon as they just saw and realized the shift of the zone, they just blazingly went into the zone. 7 Seas also managed to get to go into the zone, but then all of it changed when all other teams just tried. All they could do was try, but then there were just 2 teams in the zone. Rest, there was no team in the zone. But then I would want to see which team and a player from which team came out on top, because there were kind of a lot of kills. So I want to see who is the MVP of this fight, of this map, if I have to say, and it will be none other than Ironic from Team Wolves. 5 kills, 508 damage. That is a decent amount. 22 minutes was his survival time. Pretty good, and distance covered. Obviously, you had to swim, you had to rush, you had to run from Camp Alpha to main island to back to Camp Alpha island. So it is 5.86 kilometers. That is a good number of distance that you actually traveled.
Yeah, and that was impressive from their entire team. Once again, as we said, if you go back and watch this entire game, Wolves Den, they were alone on an island. From where did they get the kills? They started rotating quite early on, moving on to the main island, and they got lucky by the fact that the circle favored them. The last circle, they were the first ones to rotate, and they were cleaning up all those kills as they were moving and as they were rotating. But let's have a look at the standings for this game and see where these teams are in this game. Finishing first is going to be Wolves Den with 29 points, not that far behind. We have second, Team 7C with 19 points to their name. DeFrio on the 3rd position with 14 points. INES is going to be 4th with 13 points. We have Team Extreme on the 5th with 12 points. Damn Classy on the 6th with 11 points. Then we have Ultimate Bang on the 7th with 6 points. And on the 8th, we have R3D Devils on with 6 points as well. Look at Ultimate Bang. They had 3 points for position, 3 for kills, and are gonna finish 7th. That is the power of kills. You get kills, you are gonna be pushed up.
Damn Classy and Ultimate Bank, they have 5 points different. Other than that, it's you can see 14, 13, 12, 11, and there's a drop down of 6 points. But then on 9th, it is rising. Nepalix with 5 points. Madzi is on 10th, obviously, with 5 points. And Team T2K on 11. Trust the Process on 12th. And Deadeye's Guy on 13th. Red Light on 14. TM Official on 15. And Rivals X on 16. So I want to see, I would want to say one thing. Trust the Process got eliminated on 15th position. But because they had 3 kills, that actually differentiated all of it. So they actually went up on 12th position. So that drastic shift that actually happened within the teams, within the fact that you are taking out kills, because they had an incredible fight against DE, Deadeyes, and so that fight actually gave them 3 kills. But then one player obviously took the whole of the squad down when the fight was happening. So I would want to say, you can have good kills. No doubt, 12th position is kind of not that good of a position as of now, considering Sanhok. But then maybe we'd want to see a strong comeback from this team.
Yeah, we are definitely going to see a strong comeback. But you are going to have to be careful, because next is going to be Miramar. And we all saw what happened on Miramar. You guys will know what I'm talking about, the ones who are tuning in again after yesterday. Miramar was a wipeout from the side of the blue zone, not the teams. The blue zone.
14 kills.
Yeah, we got surprised because the kill feed was changing so rapidly.
And it was changing because it was like 58 to 44. I don't know what happened. But then if we're talking about Sanhok and Erangel combined, I want to see what are the overall standings of first and second match. That is what I would be much more excited to see. So for now, overall standings from previous and today, we have to say A1 eSports obviously still dominating the charts out there with 87 points. Nepali Ho Ni is on second. They actually are on 76 points. Wolves 10 on third with 52 points right now. It's just, I mean, just imagine. Wolves
just 2 games. Just two games. They're already third. They can actually contest A1 eSports and go for the first.
Easy. Then Elementrix out there on 4th position. INES is up there on 5th with 45 points. JyanMaara has dropped down one position, if I'm not wrong, and are on 6th with 40 points. Team PYRO on 7th and SOLTISQUAD on 8th. I mean, there's just two big teams, Wolves and INES, today's teams, that are actually out here outshining in just 2 games.
Yeah, these teams have put up big numbers, but once again, as we were talking about yesterday, the points vacuum is going to be there, and these are the top 8 teams in the overall standings. A1 eSports, this could be trouble for their first position crown. But moving on to the next 8, we have Team Hype on the 9th position with 29 points. 1971 Gladiators on the 29 points are going to be 10th. On the 11th position, we have BB ByeBye with 25 points. On 12th position, we have KTM Rage with 24 points. On 13th position, we have Team Extreme with 23 points. On the 14th, we have Team SBA with 23 points. 15th is going to be taken by Team 7C with 22 points. And 16th is going to be taken by PNGaming with 21 points.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of numbers, as you can see, like starting from 87 points to 21 points. It's kind of a big vacuum. But then PNGaming and all those teams, they might go for a comeback when their time actually comes, when their matches actually comes. But then for now, Wolfsden, 2 matches. Just 2 matches, and they are contesting top 5 positions already in overall.
Hey, another 30-point play, and the gap is going to be even smaller if they actually get a lot more points. If they actually go for a 36-point play like A1 eSports in game number 1, they are going to be leading the charge in the overall standing. But let's have a look at the top 5 players from the last game on Sanhok. And we all know one person who is going to be there is going to be Wolves Ironic with his 5 kills, 508 damage. On the second position, we have INES Badre with 3 kills, 626 damage and 1 headshot to his name. On the third position, it's going to be Damn Classy's Steelix OP with 3 kills, 187 points and 1 headshot. On the fourth position, it's going to be TDP on top with 2 kills, 455 points. And the fifth position is going to be taken by Dead Eyes Wadu, sir, with 2 kills, 363 damage and no headshots.
I mean, I'm confused with one thing. 7Cs came up on second position.
Yes.
But then their players individually did not have, enough amount of kills as well to come in top 5. That means they were trying to play actively passive. They were active when it came to the final fight as well, but then they were kind of passive because they wanted a position as well for a good start. Maybe it was for a good start and they would like to go aggressive, much more aggressive for the next game. But then, I mean, I'm still kind of glad that they were dancing in the final. So there was that thing. But I want to see if it happens in Miramar once again.
Yeah, but if you Ocean said, if you like to dance, there is a really big dance floor waiting for you on Miramar, but that is going to happen after a short break. We'll be right back. Stay tuned and keep watching. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to PMCO 2020 Spring Split South Asia. My name is Varun Super Johnny John, and once again joining me on the desk is Ocean Sharma.
So while we were on the break, I kind of had a question to ask you. So
All right?
it's okay. Please don't hate me for this. For
I don't hate you, man.
you do. So
No? Okay.
a caster goes to a bar. What is the first question he'll be asking a bartender?
Can I get an energy drink? Is it gonna help me restore myself?
No.
Okay. What does he say?
So a caster goes to a bar. The first thing he should ask a bartender is this club open?
Well, in fact, this is PUBG Mobile Club Open 2020, and we are gonna keep coming at you with exciting games, intense action, and Ocean is gonna keep telling those
Terrible
PJs.
puns.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those
I-
PJs are just puns.
See, I don't want to tell those terrible pieces, but the fact is Valentine's week is going on. Sir out here is kind of, committed, and I am, well, I'm me.
You're cute.
But no, to be honest. So our Instagram handles were down below. So if anyone else finds me cute, so there's that thing as well. Thank you for
But-
that. And yes, there are our Instagram links.
Yeah, what I want to talk about the fact is how fast the teams from Group C and D are climbing.
Yeah.
And that is going to be an interesting conversation because earlier we had teams A and B go up against yesterday, and those teams accumulated a lot of points. But over on the other side, Wolves, INES, they are performing really consistently, and it's constant like 30-point plays, 20 points plays. So that is just impressive coming in from these teams. Wolves, last one was a 30-point play. So now the game before that, I think that was somewhere around 20-ish, and that is close to 50 points there in itself. So the gap is not going to be that big. You still have 2 more games to go. A1 eSports, Nepali Ho Ni, those teams are going to be in trouble in the overall standings.
Yeah, that's gonna happen out there because what is happening is in overall competition, the teams from Group C and D are obliterating the competition that was present to them by teams of Group A and B. Group A and B did incredibly good, but C and D actually started up on a journey that I think is gonna end up in their hands when the day ends, because with just 2 games, if they have 50-ish points, then if they're consistent in those
Yeah.
2 games, I think the number is gonna reach to 100, and that 100 actually means the teams that had a good spot yesterday might be in a bit of trouble today, but no doubt they'll be coming back for tomorrow's games. We'll
Yeah.
have to see when the games of tomorrow actually end. But right now, let's talk about Miramar. That's gonna happen because higher ridges comes up with higher risks. So if you actually pop your head, there's gonna be a headshot in the kill field.
Yeah, because you might be on the ridge, you will have the high ground, but the ridges are always quite in the open, and there is nowhere left to fall back if you are being wrapped around by other teams. And as we say that the game is live, we have the plane trajectory in front of us, and you have it on your screens. This is interesting. Starting on from the southwestern side of the map, going on towards Campo Militar. Oh boy, El Pozo, San Martin, Hacienda, where the last circle was yesterday, is going to be open and up for grabs. Picardo is going to be there as well. Chumacera is going to be open and up for grabs as well. Over on the other side, the northern part, if we talk about Campo Militar, is going to be open. Torre
Lost
is
Lunis-
going to be open.
Lost
Yeah.
Lunis might be a problematic area if you want to glide up to at that point. But then rivals, as you can see, are actually going for an early exit. Might be going for Minas Del Var or maybe Valle Del Var. Whatever actually suits them. We'll have to see what happens. But then there's a team going to El Pozo as well. As we can see, Deadeyes might actually want to drop at San Martin, if not anything. But then there might be teams that will be out there to contest their drop as well. Bang is actually going to Chumacera. Chumacera is an incredible drop location
Yeah.
in Indian standards as well. When there are Indian competitions, Chumacera it's a really good drop to contest. So I would want to see how fights actually happen out in those areas. But as of now, T2K is ruling El Pozo by themselves.
Talking about fights, I think I saw an orange mark on the map wherein R3D is there and they are already engaging in combat from the get-go. This could be interesting. R3D and INES. So Season is gonna get machine. This could spell trouble for the side of INES. Evil Eye and Badrave, they have to be careful because two players from the side of R3D are in close quarters season. He has to be careful because Evil Eye was that one man for the side of INES who was creating havoc on the entire map and was really crucial for the standing that INES has right now.
Totally. INES had a really good run in the first game, came up with a chicken dinner. Then in the second game, they were out there in top 5. They would not want to be the first ones to have that early exit in this Miramar map, obviously, because this is one of the crucial maps when it comes to gameplays. But then Season is ready. He does not have a vest, but has that gun with which he can pop out more and more kills. Has taken out first kill as of now. Has a Winchester as well, Win 94. And you and I, we know the history of Winchester gun because Winchester, you know, that name is even incredible in its own. And then Badrev, as you can see, is out there. Evil Eye, he has his eyes on that chicken dinner if he wants to go for it because he was the MVP of the first game. But can he actually change the pace of the game right now? Tier is not close to that team. INES Tier is far, far away from his teammates and he is being contested by one of the players of the other team as well. Bang, on the other hand, has DF along their axis, along their areas, and MR7 did a smoke, probably wants to move to a safer location if he gets enough time. Does spot Bang S's, but then Bang S's has his backup ready, so there will be no shots taken by DF MR7 as of now, and this smoke is gonna help him as Shield Shot comes for his aid, and that buggy is gonna fly away to the next safer spot that they can find. MS7 has a UMP as of now, but then Shield Shot, I don't know what guns he has as of now, but then if it comes to a safer area, I think they would want to continue with their direction of loot.
Yeah, they will have to contest that because as we were talking about Miramar, it is quite slow. Oh! DF, they are going to be in trouble. 7 CRUs. He's going to spot them out. Some shots being fired, some damage being given, dropping one player just to 50% health.
I liked it when you said, as we are going to talk about Miramar, it is quite slow, and on that moment, there was some gunshots.
Hey, this happened yesterday as well. The game was starting. We said it was going to be slow. People just started dying for no reason. Oh, man. This is what is called a caster's curse. But once again, the pace being controlled by all these teams. We can see Bang, team number 20, in the distance. Over on the other side, DF, they are just going to rotate out of this situation. They have to be careful, though, because the location was given away already. 7C. They would have traps set up, and as we saw, Pathetic was trying to rotate and relocate, and he's going to drop. DF's one member, MR7, is just going to go down.
That guy just used a shotgun on a moving buggy to take down a person. I mean, just look at that. And on the other hand, INES Tier has also been taken down. INES is down to 2 people right now. Obviously, Tier was at a bad spot. And I don't know if INES will be the first squad to go down. But then Shot takes on 70 Arus as well as Badrev has gone away, and Evil Eye also goes down. It is down to Badrev, the lone survivor for INES. Can he clutch something godly, because this is needed from INES. They became crowd favorite from the first game. Punish, on the other hand, takes down 7C's Pathetic. So I think 7C is in a bit of a trouble right now. They started off a fight, but then they are not going to end. And this is a Win 94. You know Winchester gun. Winchester is an incredible gun, obviously. So obviously you're showing that. You're flaunting that Winchester right now. And Season has been takes out INES Evil Eye. It's just down to Badrev, the lone survivor of INES. 4 players have been downed right now. And out of those, 3 are from INES.
Yeah, for all the gun lovers out there, that is a really common and really popular hunting rifle. And it is used quite a lot, but this time being used as the demise, the weapon for demise for the side of the player of INES. And over on the other side, R3D, they are split up themselves. They could be caught off guard, so they have to regroup really well. INES with just 1 player surviving. Over on the other side, 7C, they have already lost 2 players as well.
I mean, yeah, obviously that happened out in this fight, and they are, each and every team, they should not be losing their players. And this, as you can see, this squad, this was a squad. Right now, it's a solo. Now, a player does not, Badrev cannot play solo versus squad. He'll have to play solo versus server. That's what his condition is right now. So he'll have to maybe, just maybe, stay alive. And if he pulls out a miracle by playing passively and even bringing his team to a top 5, I think they'll be having a good chance for a comeback in next map as well. T2K right now, they did not have, that good of a run as of in the Sanhok's match, but I think they'll want to go for a good run right now. As I can see, Legend was out there. There was Chari as well, and right now, has been spotted out by Pro Noob, and he was using that M16. Obviously, you're going to see these kind of guns being used out here with obviously 6 times, 8 times, all good scopes, because these scopes give you that edge over others when it's higher areas and longer ranges.
Yeah, but you have to be careful. They are fighting from a really, really far off distance and are sitting literally at the edge of the circle. Pro Noob did fire some shots, but if you are gonna take a fight, you have to be really, really careful, because shots being fired is gonna be location given away. On the other side, we do see Mad G, Manny. He is gonna try and regroup with his team over on the other side, who were taking some shots, I think, from the side of DF, and Panda was spotted by Manny. Manny has the perks of being split from your team. If your team gets engaged upon, you will have the advantage of going in for the backstab. But the disadvantage, if you get caught out off guard, you will be killed off. No revives for you, buddy.
That is true, and Mad G is an incredible team, if we have to say, but then their run has been a decent one. They would like to make this decent into a best one as of now, because obviously right now it is a Group C versus Group D match, but after this and after, you know, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, is going to be Group A versus C, Group B versus D, and when you are going to see new rivals coming up right in front of you, you'll have to change your game, you'll have to pick up the pace as soon as you can, and it is going to change everything. No doubt the map's going to remain the same, Erangel, Sanhok, Vikendi, Miramar, as all the matches are going to happen, but then all of this matters, that's how your game ends. And out here, Captain was trying to spray on someone, gets 17 damage, but then 17 more damage was given to him, and actually Demon goes for it, and Wolves, the winning team, is about to lose one player. We're gonna see the map right now, if I'm not wrong. Yes, map is out there right in front of you guys. San Martin, imagine the zone is again on Hacienda's side, but as of now, if you see, does the process, Mr. Thing is way out of the zone and way away from his team.
Yeah, that rotation is going to be a lot of trouble for him. He has to deal with a lot of teams all alone, unless his teammates actually come in with that Uber ride for himself and come in for the pickup. They basically guide him into the zone with safety. Over on the other side, the zone favoring the teams in towards the side of El Pozo, and this is the perfect drop for the side of Miramar. On the map of Miramar, it was the AWM with an 8x. A map for the snipers has a drop with a sniper. Over on the other side, RLE Imaz Ahmed. He has been dropped really low. He has been caught off guard by the players of Mad G. Blah, 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 being the man who did all the shooting and dropped him really low. He dropped out of the car, is going to go for the heat. But in return, he gave up his location. He's going to take damage from JAHEX, and that could spell trouble. They have the high ground advantage. Over on the other side, Mad G, the players are going to drop low. They are going to use the ridge for the cover. The smoke is being popped. Bold shot coming in for the flank. They miss the nade. Bold shot. Can he find his way into this fight? It is going to be a 2. Ooh, look at Hill, where he is coming from. He can change this entire situation for his teammates.
I mean, fight is happening. Punisher is taking down Bang LDT as well. Bang YCL has also been taken down. I mean, DF is going for an incredible fight. And Magiel, you are in a bit of a trouble. And yes, you were. Right now, you are in a good spot. Ahmed did a good... Ahmed had a good run with his gun, if I'm not wrong, to be honest. But then I'll have to see. See, they are at the edge of the zone. If you see that minimap, they were at the edge of the zone. And this is going to be a problem for Madgy, because Madgy wants to spot them. And they spots one. Manny takes bold shot, a bot shot in an incredible way. And what were they trying to do? They were trying to fit 3 people in a buggy, but then no, obviously only 2 people come out. And this is a good rush. This is a really good rush that they're trying to do. They'll try to finish him, and Manny does the work. Blah blah will be looting his opponent. Obviously that prize of finishing out a person, because 1 kill point obviously makes a lot of difference.
You know what was funny? Hill actually tried to create a backstab, but on the other side, its teammates were like, nah, dude, we're out. And they just left. Over on the other side, Wolf's Dictator is going to catch Puffy off guard. He's going to fire some shots, but he misses most of them. So that is just going to do nothing for Puffy. He's just going to run away into the zone.
Yeah.
That was a good chase away tactic. Hey, go, die over there.
Okay. Well, nevertheless, Dictator, Newty, and Ironic. Ironic was the MVP of previous match, right? And in the first match, 6ix9ine had 7 kills, but right now he has his crate lying somewhere around in Miramar's area, so it's down to 3 people for Wolves, and Wolves had a chicken dinner run in the previous game. I want to see how that actually changes, because they would want to go for another chicken dinner, but then there are 15 teams that want to stop them from this path, and RL will they try to spot opponents that are right in front of them. And this is the zone, guys. As you can see, there are some teams out of the zone, but then there are other teams that are actually still in the zone. I want to see how it all changes, because there are teams. Rivals has to make a good move into the zone as soon as they can, and JAHEX is trying to spot some players going for those M16 shots, but nobody home as of now. They did not do any damage, and Roxy takes out one player with that mini 14. I mean, MadG is still in trouble. Their troubling days are not yet over. No doubt they are kind of in the zone. Some players are in the zone, some players are not in the zone, but they will have to move, and BlaBla knows it. He is driving that buggy to get into a safer spot.
Yeah, finding a safe spot in the early stages is going to be important. Another airdrop with an AWM, extended quick draw mag for the snipers, and the level 3 utility, the vest, the helmet, and the backpack coming in. So, not enough Grozas this time, Ocean. We are not seeing those Grozas coming, but the AWMs are going to be good. On the other side, DF Panda
just blasted himself. That was kind of something. So happy Diwali, I don't know. But then Roxy, as you can see, is trying to move, and the zone is gonna hit, and it hits in a good spot. As you can see, it's kind of a centralized zone, centralized to right. It's kind of facing Hacienda as of now. But then Crater feels El Pozo cities. 30% of El Pozo city is in the zone, so that is one of the things. And if you actually see what this zone shift means, that most of our teams will have to find a good ridge or a good area right now, starting from the second circle. We still have 36 minutes to get into the zone, into the next zone, because the next zone is gonna come out in just 30 seconds, and we are just 13 minutes into the game. But then R3D, this is what I'm talking about. You need to find a good spot, and they already have it. They don't have to move anywhere. They have a really good spot. If they have good snipers and a good amount of scopes, I think they are gonna rule that kill feed.
Yeah, that is gonna be important, because the way the circle is right now, it is slightly on that right-hand side of Crater Field, and that is going to be important. Over on the other side, DE just getting a knock on Punisher, and they are going to finish off DF Punisher as well, just getting one kill to their name, this entire team. And as I was saying, if you are on the right-hand side of the crater, there are these mountains. You have to take control of that entire area. It's going to allow you a lot of vision. It's going to allow you to spot people, and the circle is going to be on you probably the next one as well. And even if you have to rotate to the next one, you can actually take out a lot of teams before you go in. You can accumulate a lot of points.
Yeah, and DF is trying to contest the area of R3D right now, because as I told you, see, that R3D area is the best area. It has cover from each and every direction. DF also knows that. DF is kind of... See, there's this one gigantic rock separating these two teams. If there were no rock, I think there would have been crates of either of the teams right now, because they are ready for a fight. And TDP, no chance given to them, because Shifu sir is going for it. It was the shades of previous game. That was TDP versus DE. Deadies, and the grenades are coming in handy. On top, has grenades some nearby him and takes himself down to 50 HP. Illusion sir actually spots him. Would like to go for him, and I think he will be down. Yes, he was downed. DE would like to celebrate those knocks by kills, and on the other hand, TX Demon takes down one player, and MadG Manny has been taken on as a whole of a buggy. Their buggy has been actually destroyed of MadG, so I think MadG's 2 kills comes in the hands, and TDP on top. It's a matter of time. He needs to reach his players. If he does not do that, obviously a kill point is going to go to Shifu sir and Wadu sir, but then they are moving forward. Utsarga is also moving forward with his vehicle. Will he be able to reach them in time? But there is Utsarga. As you can see, Utsarga does a U-turn. That was a good U-turn for him, and would like to go to his players as soon as he can. Shifu sir gets some damage, but as of now would like to be safe, because that is one thing that is needed.
Yeah, TDP trying to come into the rescue of their player, their fellow comrade over on the other side. DE not allowing that. On top is going to go down. He is going to be taken out from this game, and he's just going to bleed out to his death. The last damage was done by Wadu sir, and he is going to get the kill. This is going to be the second kill for the side of DE. TDP, they were quite far split up. On top should have not engaged in that fight. I mean, he thought he could hold on for long enough for his teammates to arrive, but look at this circle. This is just going to spell trouble for all the teams. The clusters are going to come in from the north. They are going to come in from the south, but RN are going to be really comfortable. So will TX. They are in the zone right now. They don't have to rotate. And on the other side, Rival, they will be able to catch one team off guard. Team number 19. The shots are being fired, but I don't think they are connecting. They have to rotate themselves. But now, since they just gave away their information that we are outside the zone, the other team will be able to gatekeep.
AWM in the hands of in first, and I want to see it do something. Nobody home as of now. ProNoob actually takes down one player as well. But then this AWM, imagine if there's one AWM roaring and if it puts its effects in the form of kill, feed, dance. I would want to see that happen. And Demon, as you can see, is trying to move into on a safer spot where he can spot some players as well. And then Prerak was trying to find some players. Sonam is also trying to find some players. But then Wolves Nudie takes down TM Mr. Woo. So there are these things. You have some higher ridges. You have these areas where you can actually, take some good fights and you can have cover on lower areas. So each and every team is trying to go for it. Mr. Wutu is slowly and steadily bleeding out, and RX Jax, as you can see, is moving into the zone with his team Mercenaries, the 3 players, but then they know where Wolves are, and Wolves are ready for a fight because Wolves never back down from any fight. And Jax is out of the zone. He's kind of bleeding out. He would need to pop a first aid. Will he be able to do it? That's a big question, or otherwise he can actually go down, and I think he will go down. He has been taken out by play zone as well. It can be a chance for Wolves, but then Ironic is also down by the zone, and 2 players. I mean, that was just 1 HP run in the car.
Yeah, Chiku just somehow managing to stay alive. Over on the other side, Ironic is inside. It's outside the zone. Newt is running away. Ironic is just gonna be left to die. Jax is gonna die as well. Newt, he is gonna survive this fight. But as he moves forward, he has team number 18 waiting for him. Can he come out alive of this entire situation? Over on the other side, MR7 being dropped as well. We have R3D. They are engaging in those long-range battles. As Ocean said, this is one of those spots that is covered from all the directions. You can have a really big advantage if you're trying to fight out from there. But T2K Chari is trying to land those shots with the Mini 14 on Steel Shot. Yeah, and he misses all of them.
He's going for it, but then T2K Hunter has been taken on by that AWM that we were talking about, and Predak uses Mini 14 as well. So many Mini 14s being shown. Yeah. As you can see, T2K Hunter has been eliminated by Prerak. So Mini 14 can be a new meta gun when it comes to Miramar for South Asian teams, to be honest. I would like to see that thing happening, and Private is low on health. He would like to actually have his health up. The best part is, if you look at the map is so small, but still, in the numbers amount, it's 37 teams. There's just 1 team elimination as of now, and Rivals Noob, that was really good by Season. That thing, I mean, you can do that incredibly in an amazing way. And now we are down to 14 teams, 35 people alive. Predak and his team would like to move as soon as they can, but then they have team number 20 right in next to him. That is Bang, and this is a good spot. But then if you are in the open for a long time, Roxy, you need to move into the cover as soon as you can. Good boy, bro.
Good boy, that was perfect timing. Over on the other side, if you look at the minimap, Newt stuck in a really bad spot. He's outside the zone. He's trying to make his way in, but he is going to be the team that he has to deal with. Over on the other side, Chari is going to get one knock. Can he finish him off? Oh, he can. RLE Mazhemat is going to be taken out. Wolves Newt is going to die to the blue zone. He tried to make his way in, but now he's going to be taken out. R3D, they are trying to take this fight from the bottom. They are at the low ground right now. T2K, Chari is going to pop off that smoke to have some cover in the back. Now, DF Steel Shot, he is going to be taken out. They have the high ground. They are on the same level as DF. And DF are in really big trouble. They are being shot at from 2 different directions. They don't know who to fight. The cars are being blown up. Over on the other side, in the far off distance, if you see, TDP are in trouble as well. And T2K. Oh boy, the nade comes in. When did R3D get the backstab?
R3D eliminated 4 players with 1 grenade. This team has 10 kills right now. 4 people eliminated with still 25 people as we are counting, surviving the battleground right now. And those 4 eliminations, that was a crucial one. Bang Picker, look at his position. He's just 1 solo survivor for the team as of now. And Rivals Trigger takes down 1 more player of Madji, and that will be end of Madji. They eliminated on 11th, and Rivals X on 10th right now. We are down to 9 teams and 23 players alive. And look at this. They are just lying down just to trying to find that TPP spot where they can actually take out their game. That game will be theirs, I hope so. And then in first has that AWM still in his hands, but I would want to see him pop some damage on someone as he can find someone. And there's going to be something else. Roxy can spot some players, did some damage, but same happened to him as well. Right now he'll just try to go for an energy drink, maybe some bandages, and would like to go for that gunfight once again because they are in the zone. But people who are not in the zone are Wadu Sir and Silix OP, but Silix OP has been taken down by Wadu Sir. That was really good. This grenade, if it does some damage, it's going to be something, but then Silix OP has been taken away by Illusion Sir. His crate has been formed. Rated R Sir is trying to make a potential cover for his players, and Trifu Sir has also been taken down. So DE was in a good spot. It's kind of in a bad spot because they just lost a player in this fast-paced fight.
And yeah, bang, Bikal, he is just stuck between all these teams, one alone, man. And he is just staying really, really passive over on the other side. Season is going to be dropped from the game. DF Panda trying to make his way into this fight and stay alive to the later stages and get something from his team. And TDP Puffy is trying to do the same. Roxy did spot some players from the side of R3D, but now he has a smoke wall in front of him. He has to be really, really careful as to how he shoots, how he engages this fight. This could be trouble for the side of RL, and this could be trouble for the side of R3D because they could just be collapsed upon at any given point.
Imagine if Roxy pops up one grenade in that area where he was seeing cover and even spots one player, actually goes for some shots with that M4, did some damage, but right now he did two things. One was good, one was bad. He did some damage, but now they kind of know the location of their enemy. He changes the house, that was a good thing. And I do, you need to actually pop up a first aid right now because that will be really, really good. You are in the zone, but the major factor is for how long, because after this 30 seconds end, I mean 25 to be exact, the zone's gonna shrink and shift. If it's on you, you're really good. And Vadu sir is really, really close to Panda right now. He might spot Panda. Panda and Vadu sir both are in the same smoke cloud. I would want to see if he finds him. Rated sir actually knows. And oh my god, can you not spot him? He's just to your left. On your left, Vadu sir. What are you doing? What in the hell are you doing? He is right in front of you. And there goes. I mean, what just happened?
Oh boy, what was that? What was that? He was just lying in the bushes and Vadu was he toying with him? Was he toying with his food? You should not play with your food. You are a hunter, man. You were going in for the hunt and you should have gone in for the kill. But on the other side, damn classy exit the game. Vadu sir was trying to rotate in the sky. He's going to get dropped by R3D. Over on the other side, he has his teammates. He's going to be taken out of the game. RL Roxy trying to spot the players from the side of R3D. Can he do that? TDP Puffy, he is all alone. He is isolated. He can make it into the top 2, into the top 3 of this game easy. Bang Bikal, he's just lying there. This game is getting really, really interesting. You have 3 players from the side of TX. They are hiding in those houses. R3D, they have no cover. RL Roxy is the man who's trying to engage these fights for his team. You have Jax, who is in a really good spot, and TDP Puffy is taking a lot of damage. He is going to be out of the game. That is going to be it for him.
He's not out of the game yet. He is using those bursts in an incredible way. Now I think it's about time that he has to move into the zone as soon as he can. And Kagura has been taken on by RL Roxy. That play zone is going to do some critical damage right now. TDP Puffy has been taken on by TX5. That is the end of Trusty Process on 6th position. And it's down to 5 teams and 12 people alive in this battleground as we are speaking. 6th zone is going to commence and 24 minutes has happened in the game. You can see RL Roxy. He knows his location and that was a really, really good blast. But he has been taken down by the same player with that grenade. It is down to 5 teams and Jax is moving forward because he wants to revive his teammate as soon as he can. But if another grenade arrives, that will be a game-ending moment for that team.
Bang Bikal is going to be the MVP for this game. He has been lying there for, I don't know, like 7-10 minutes. This guy has not moved an inch. No one has spotted him on the other side. R3D just doing an amazing job. We have 5 teams remaining in this game. They have prolonged this fight for so long against RL. Roxy was dropped earlier, but he was revived by Jahex. But on the other side, R3D, the players are prone. They are crawling their way in, and Roxy is going to try and relocate. He's going to get knocked down once again by Kagura, who connected with that spray, but he is close to Jax. He is behind the cover, and he is going to get his revive. Over on the other side, TX, the 3 players are still hiding. And talk about RNX, Rising Nepal X. Those players are being really passive as well. They just want R3D and RL to end the fight. But they are going to be spotted out by Jahex. He's going to get 1 knock. Over on the other side, TX Demon, they engage on R3D Private. He's going to get knocked down as well. Jax, the only man left alive. Roxy was taken out of the game. We are down to the last 11 players in the server. In first, he has been dropped really low. Will he be killed off and taken out? Oh, Private takes a nade to the face. That is going to be it for him. And now we are down to 2 players from the side of R3D. They know the location of TX. They know the location of RN. Can they take them out? Sonam trying to go in for the rotate on TX. Can he get the backstep? Can he get the opening? He does take some damage. He has been spotted up. IR2 has been dropped. He has been killed off as well. And Sonam is going to be knocked down as well. Can he get finished? No, not without taking one out with him. Red Light has been kicked off from this server. They have been taken out. Sonam, he has been knocked out. He's bleeding out shortly. But TX remaining with 2 players. We have RNX. Oh no, oh no. 1, Bilal, bang, Bilal, he survived for so long. Why did he come out? He was caught off guard. He was caught in the open, and he was taken out. Sonam just crawls away to his teammates, and we are down to the last 3 teams. DX, 1 player. R3D, we have just Kagura and Rising Nepal with 3 players, and down to the final 2. R3D kicked out of the game as well. Can TX Demon pull off a 1v3? Can he take his team to the first position?
It is a 2v3 situation as we are talking, because you can see Captain and Demon out there, and I don't want to see what happens because Prerak is out there, Sonam is out there, and Infist is out there. Infist has that AWM, but now it's gonna be AR fights happening. Captain, no one knows his location. He has a really good potential cover, and Demon still has a good cover of house. So I don't want to see what's gonna happen when the zone actually hits, because there's 2v3. Both the teams have a really good advantage. They actually did their homework to come out this far. We are gonna see a new winner as we are talking. A new team is gonna rise up. So I want to see how that happens, because some throwables are coming in handy. Prerak knows now the location, and you can see Sonam is moving forward. Captain drops up, takes on one, but then Trade Fire comes in hot right now. Infist does a really good stuff, and Demon takes out another one. It's down to 1v1. Demon versus Infist. But would Demon go for a revive? That is a big question, because both the players are using their first aids and popping out some revivals, if anything. And I think if this buggy pops up, that was an intense game. And Rising Nepal is finished on second, but TX, that chicken dinner.
Oh man,
no one experienced that. Like, you burst a buggy to take final kill.
Yeah, I thought he was out. I did not even notice Captain. That why I said it was a 1v3. Demon was the only man who was trying to engage in those fights, and in the end, it was that man who clutched it out for his team. And it was just incredible. He was going for the first hit, then he just went, "Hey, Waheel, there's a buggy. I can blow it up."
I mean, seriously, if you see, in these kinds of fights, the best thing was Captain gave the location that there is one player who is reviving the secondary player out there. He has a buggy in right front of him. Don't go and engage in a fight. Just go there and go for it. And that's what Demon did. Demon did the final blow, and that is why he is the MVP with those 8 kills as we are seeing on the screen. We're going to go for his stats once again, but then those 8 crucial kills. That was a big number, to be honest, when it comes to TX and when it comes to Miramar. And he engaged in an incredible, you can say 1v3, because he actually took down one player and then he burst the buggy to kill the 2 others. So that was incredible, to be honest.
Yeah, that was actually really incredible from this player. And TX, they were hiding there for so long. Over on the other side, Rising Nepal X, they did try to take the fight against R3D. R3D were a little bit unfortunate. They were caught off guard. And so was the sole player remaining from the side of Bang. But yes, Demon from the Team Extreme is the MVP for this game with 8 kills. 1148 damage, almost 1150 damage. Survival time is 25 minutes, and he has 6.5 kilometers traveled.
And that's a good amount of distance traveled, and survival time is 25 minutes. That means, you see, Miramar's, it went for 25 minutes to 25 minutes, 59 seconds to 26 minutes. That's a good amount. So in those 26 minutes, they went to their drop location. They looted each and every area. They had to get into the zones as well. They had to cross some ridges as well. They did fairly justice to their distance, to be honest. But the best part, one of the difficult parts was of Bang Bikal. He was in a location where he was not showing his face. He was not showing anything to other players. But when it was time to get out of that area, because he had to cross a road to get into the zone, that was the end game for that player. But one player that I would like to actually tell everyone about, TF Panda. Who knew you could snake in Mira 1 when a player is actually rotating around you for 6 to 7 times? And what was that thing? That was, I don't know, if to be honest, if we could get a highlight of that thing now, I would be more than happy, because what happened at that point, I have no idea. But then that was one of the best moments of today's match. If you'll be asking one.
Hey, yesterday we had a highlight on Miramar. Today we had a highlight on Miramar, but it was different. Yesterday we had a lot of players dying. This was one player not dying.
Say with me, Miramar is love.
Yeah, Miramar is love. Oh wait, no, I love Sanhok.
Snake. Okay, so but to be honest, the best part of this map was the dynamism. See. We think Miramar will be a slow-paced map, but then it still changes the dynamism in an incredible way, because the players know their locations, players know their game, players know their zones as well. But all they need to know is the strategies of their opponents, and once they learn it, it's just a quick grab, and they just go for a chicken dinner. That is what TX did.
Yeah, and one more interesting thing. So the teams that were there, part of the last PMCO South Asia, Elementrix was one of them. We have Trusty Process, the team that are playing right now. Nepali Ho Ni was one of those teams. SOLTISQUAD was one of those teams. One thing you notice about these teams, if you compare their games right now to the games back then, they have changed their strats. They drop at different locations. They have different ways of rotating, because previously, they used to rotate in splits. They would have two separated, and they would take a wider approach so that if one team was taken out, the other two would just change their playstyle and go all passive. But this time around, they just stick together. They drop at a different high priority location, and then they go for the fights in the early stages as well. So that just shows as to how different the playstyle of this South Asia region is if you compare it to other regions, say be it India, because India is all about that strategistical play. You take the aggression and you keep it for the ending stages.
Yeah, that is true. But then that aggression actually gave a team chicken dinner. We would like to see the standings as we are talking, because I want to see what are the kill points. Because if a player actually has 8 kill points, imagine what his team would have scored. And 12 total kills with that team. Extreme is on first position, 32 points. But then if you see our 3 Devils, they have 14 kills. I mean, kill amount was really good with that team. 24 points for them on second position. Rising Nepal on third. Dead Eyes guys on fourth. Ultimate Bang on 5th, Red Light on 6th, Defrio on 7th, and Trust the Process on 8th. In an amazing heal battle by Utsarga, that is what happened.
Yeah, and Utsarga just pulling it off for his team. But moving on to the bottom 8, we have Rival X on the 9th position with 6 points. We have Damn Classy on the 10th with 6 points. T2K on the 11th with 4 points. Wolves Den on the 12th. Quite unfortunate this time. They have been really consistent, but this time on the 12th position with 3 points. We have Mad G on the 13th with 2 points. INES on the 14th with 2 points, TM Official on the 15th with 2 points, and Team 7C on the 16th with just 1 point to the name. INES and Wolves Den. Quite unfortunate. They are so low in the standings.
And even 7C is the team that was second in previous game. Like these teams, they did fairly well in Erangel and Sanhok, but when it came to Miramar, it just toppled everything. But then I would want to see what toppled in the overall standings as well, because overall standings also matter by match per match. So overall, if we are talking on the first position, still ruling A1 eSports, obviously 2 chicken dinners in their hands, 87 points. Nepali Ho Ni was on second, and Team Extreme comes up on third position with 55 points. Wolves Den actually went down 1 point, but still have 55 points on fourth position. Elementrix on fifth. INES has dropped a lot when it comes to it and has 47 points and is on 6th. Our 3 Devils is also showing up on the first end of the table with 7th position. And JyanMaara, they were on 4th yesterday. Right now, they are on 8th position.
Yeah, the teams from Group C and D are contesting this overall table from the teams from Group A and B who have played all 4 games. These teams have only played 3. They still have 1 more to go, but looking at the bottom 8, we have Team PYRO on the 9th with 37 points, Salty on the 10th with 32 points. We have Team Hype on 11 with 29 points, and we have 1971 Gladiators on the 12th position with 29 points. 13th position goes to BB ByeBye with 25 points. Rising Nepal X on the 14th position with 25 points. On the 15th position, we have KTM Rage with 24 points. On the 16th, we have Ultimate Bang with 24 points. So these are the top 16, but moving on, we have the bottom 16 is what we are going to look at next. The next 8 team are going to be 17th with Deadeye Guys, 23 points to their name. Trust the Process playing a little bit slow on the 18th position with 23 points. Team 7C on the 19th position with 23 points. On the 20th position, we have Team SBA with 23 points as well. 21st position goes to DF Rio with 22 points. On the 22nd, we have PNGaming with 21 points. 23rd position goes to Damn Classy with 21 points to the name, and 24th position goes to Rival X with 19 points.
Yeah, so I mean, so many changes have happened, and as we're talking about the table, that has to be in a lot of concern right now. WGxNoRules, as you can see, is on 25th point. Vibes is not giving a good vibe on 26 point. KSX is out there on 27. JAZEERA on 28th. Red Light is on 29th. Mad Z is on 30. T2K is on 31. And TM Official with 8 total points. Like, look at the difference from 87 to 8. We have had a lot of differences, a lot of ups and downs, but then this table, the bottom half table, they'll have to up their game. Maybe we can see even today there might be a chicken dinner from some good team that is not capable of performing right now. But then in the upcoming match of Vikendi, as Vikendi is totally unpredictable when we talk about it. So I would want to see if some team actually comes up. But then all of that is gonna happen, I think, in a bit of a while.
Yeah, it is definitely going to be a while because we will be back after a short break. Stay tuned and keep watching. What is up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to PMCO 2020 Spring Split South Asia Group Stages. My name is Varun Super Johnny John, being joined on the desk by Ocean Sharma, and we are through the first 3 games of day 2, and now is game number 4.
This is going to be a shocking one because Vikendi, as we know, first the zone is not going to let you breathe properly. Then obviously the zone rotations are not going to let you breathe properly. Then zone shrinkage is not going to let you breathe properly. And at the end of the day, the players, your opponents, are not going to let you breathe properly. So I'd want to see which team comes out on top. Will it be a team that already has a chicken dinner because they want to show their domination? Or will it be a new team that actually shows up showing that they have learned from their mistakes? Because the overall points, if we remember, the overall points are a kind of at a shuffle right now. Some big teams are making their names, but then the teams who already have just one chicken dinner from today are in that top 5 margin. So if anything, I would want to see what the final game brings to the table, because the table currently is looking forward for some amazing action, to be honest.
Yeah, the tables could be turned from the teams from Group A and Group B, and situations are looking pretty tough. They are going to go in and contest that position in the overall standings, but right now we are going to have to wait for Vikendi to start to see if INES or the other lads are going to try and contest that first spot from A1 eSports. And yesterday again on Vikendi, it was an interesting situation because the circle was always sticking towards the western side of the map, and
Vihar.
Vihar was one of these two with the closest location to the edge of the water.
I mean, Vikendi, how do you plan a circle? I want to know. Like, see, you can take a seashore and be there for like 3-4 circles and there won't be any fight, but that is going to be something, because I would want to see where the zone actually comes up in this one, because we are in the game, starting the game from Cosmodrome, Trevno to Cantra, Hot Springs, Cement Factory, Port Vosto, Castle, Mount Cresne, Coal Mines, Ababa, Port if you want to go there, Villa can be a really good area, Peshkova no doubt is going to be a really good area. Yesterday we had a map on the left hand side, now we are having a map feed on the right hand side, so that means I would want to see where the teams actually land, because TDP is making an early drop. That has been the strategy in Vikendi. We'll have to see how that actually goes out. And DE has made a drop already. Peshkova, I think that is for TX as of now, and I would want to see where the teams actually land up, because if anything, will the teams go to Dobro or Goroka? That's a question.
Yeah, Kantra and Hot Springs, I want to see who goes there. And right now, it looks like team number 19, and once again, look at the circle. 1/3 of it is just water. You do not want to go there, and it is going to spell trouble for all the teams who are heading towards that western side of the map, because the rotation is going to be hard. Vikendi gatekeeping is really easy on this map just because of the amount of construction that's there, the amount of building that is there everywhere. But right now we have INES and 7C up against each other.
These two teams had a bad run in previous game, and if one of the teams actually takes down the other one, that means for one team bad run might continue, and for other team they'll be having 4 good kills in their bag. So I'd want to see, because INES was 12th and 7Cs was 16th in the previous match. I would want to see what happens, because 7Cs, I think they are kind of at a really good spot right now. INES, as you can see, Machine and Badrev are looting in just one house, whereas 7Cs people are looting in 3 different houses. That means they'll be having angles from different areas. Maski YT has an Uzi and Thompson, because Sanhok is famously famous for its SMG drop loot as well. So I would want to see how they can put that to use, because every single bullet counts. And this outer Rising Nepal right in front of TM. Rising Nepal was second in previous map, but in previous game I would want to see what happens. But then TM actually has them surrounded. These 4 players are surrounded. So I think Vikendi is going to have a lot of fights in the start.
Yeah, Team Mercenaries, Team TM Official, they are surrounding Rising Nepal, but the difficulty comes in the fact that they are split in groups of 2. Over on the other side, if they actually engage, they are going to have to fight versus the 3 players from the side of Rising Nepal, because Parikh, he has gone for a split from his team. But now, Rising Nepal, they are splitting up themselves. They have to be really, really careful. TM, they are trying to spot out the players, and they are trying to relay these information on the other side. Chiku, I think he just spotted Crazy on top of that house. This could be trouble for the side of Rising Nepal. Crazy, he has a UMP. Can he go for the engagement on this fight? UMP is really good in close to mid-range battles, the rate of fire, the accuracy of this gun. And I think most of the community, I think 80% of the player base knows how the recoil of this gun works. It's really easy to control, even at long distances.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, see, there are good guns, there are bad guns, but then there are guns that actually suit everyone.
Yeah.
Because a gun being good or bad, it depends on your mentality and how you are actually controlling a gun. And if you can control a gun, but then, oh, Mr. Butu, that was a good angle that you had, but then the opponent was actually, obviously really good. He just peeked in, he just went in. He knew, I mean, Sona knew, just peeking and going in, because if anything, a fine of showing your head is always a headshot, and no one wants that to happen, to be honest. No one wants to be fined that bad, and that was a good SMG loot out there in that house, but then obviously he's good with that AR loot, with that Z36C. Mr. Voodoo has Z36C and AKM, obviously good things, and RN Sonam has AKM and Uzi. Obviously Uzi is an incredible gun, but in first, it's kind of on a different location from his team.
Yeah, he's trying to find a flank on the players of Team X. He's trying to find a way in to get a knock and get his team to engage. Ocean, we were having a conversation earlier about a really cheeky strategy, a really simple strategy: damage and charge. Damage the enemy players, drop one of them, and then just charge in, because you will have the man advantage. You need to wait for the player who is really low. He has to stick in the back and cover for you from the long distance, provide you the cover fire to charge in. Over on the other side, RN, they are trying to regroup with their comrade in first. He is going to be the first man to engage this fight. The other two players are trying to wrap around from behind, but this is going to be tricky for Team X. They are literally spread out in a straight line. So Rising Nepal could potentially take them one after the other. But on the other side, Captain just taking a little bit of fall damage while getting out of the car.
Yeah, it's kind of traceable, and the Dictator has an MP5K with 40 bullets in his hands. That is a good thing. So far, everything is good. I mean, some players have spotted their opponents. Just look at one thing. Yeah, they are all white, and it is a really good strategy, because see, if you just remove that backpack, these white clothes kind of act like a ghillie suit, a white ghillie suit, if you want to go for it. So that it's kind of a strategy if you want to use it like that. But then maybe just maybe they have this white dress, or either they are changing their clothes depending upon the maps. I mean, it can be a thing.
Yeah, it is a really common strategy to climb up the ladder, wherein you change your clothes depending on the map. So sort of brown colored clothes from Miramar, just so it makes it harder for your opponents to spot you out. But on the other side, we have right now Wolves and TX right in front of each other, but the distance separating them is gonna make it hard to engage in this fight. You have to land every single shot to make the players low, and then you go and charge in. But even then, you are going to be vulnerable, because both these teams, the houses they are hiding in, are all that they have. In the middle, everything is open. But on the other side, rivals, they could be engaged upon by T2K, Train to Kill. They can go in for the flank on Slayer and Noob, but they are trying to rotate. They are trying to cover their backs for their teammates, and they have to be safe on this one, because Chari has been on fire so far. He is going to get a knock every single time.
Yeah, if he goes for it, obviously he goes for it, and everyone knows about it. And I want to see how this fight happens, because, see, Rivals has to get into the zone. They are still 150 meters away from the zone, and standing between them and zone is a team that is trained to kill. Yeah. I want to see if they are trained enough to go on their rivals, or will rivals go for it. But then Kishal and Hunter have actually moved in forward. But Hunter, oh my god, that was a bad thing. Slayer slays him down. It's a bad thing. Chari will also go down by rivals Noob with that MP5K. This was a bad decision. Mind it already. Noob is moving forward. Kishal has also fallen down like card right now. I think the team has fallen down like, a deck of cards that is out there, and it's just one player from T2K that is left, that is Bolihang. Yes, you need to go to some other direction. Good choice, my friend. But to be honest, that movement, I mean, that was a pretty weird movement by this team.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. As you said, it was a perfect analogy. They fell down like a deck of cards. It was risky business going in, but this is another risky business. INES, they will try to engage on D and D. They're being taken down by Wadu, sir. INES, they are in trouble. Machine is quite far away. He's not going to be able to provide support for his teammate. He has dropped quite low over on the other side. Evil Eye, he has the flank. Can he engage this fight? Can he get it back for his team? Tear has already been kicked off from the server. Machine on the other side is healing up. DE, they were going away quite peacefully, but now they have stopped to take this fight. They have the advantage. They have the cover over on the other side. INES, they have this one house that they are hiding in, and they have to beware that no one comes in from the back as well. Over on the other side, Rated Sir, he is in the open. He is hiding behind just one rock, and INES, they have to be really careful if they try and go in for that kill. He is right now hiding in the smoke, just trying to relocate a little bit further away so he can be safe. But wait, he's going to get spotted out by Machine, and he is going to dish out some damage, dropping him down to, is that what, 5% health?
That is kind of a really, really low amount of health. But as of now, see, he's surviving. That's all that matters for now. This is your airdrop, ladies and gentlemen. It has AUG A3. As you can see, TX Captain goes for INES Evil Eye. INES should not be in a bad spot right now because they have already lost one player. And DE, as you can see, also would like to move in for the fight. But then INES is kind of sandwiched. They have TX on one side and DE on the other side. But then DE wants to move to a safer location, obviously. They have a snow bike, I think, around that area. Yes, there's a snow bike. And 7C Pathetic has been taken down by Mad G. So Mad G is also is coming back from their bad run, and Patrev goes for a bang. YCL actually finishes him, gets one kill for the team, and Pathetic will go down right now by blah blah. Demon OP, as you can see, would like to make a move right now, and yes, he is doing that in an incredible way. So Mad G, this team did not have that good of a run for the first few games, but I think it might be their time to shine.
Yeah, it just might be their time to shine. Over on the other side, as we were talking about, there is a party going on the other side. TX, they have lost one player. Bang has lost one player as well. YCL been taken out by INES. And Evil Eye was knocked down as well. But he is back up on his feet. And he is going to take that fight once again. But looking at the zone collapsing in on these players, Cement Factory has been left vacated. It is a really big area, and the players right now are sitting on the eastern edge of this map. Peshkova, Bang Bikal is the only man over there. The other two players are right outside on the eastern side of Cement Factory. But if you look closely, there is literally no one on the southern side. The rotations from their rotations through castle are going to be a lot easier, and that is some place DC could potentially go and take control over. But right now they are in an engagement against Team Wolves, and there is a huge cluster of teams. TX, R3D, INES, Bang, Wolves, DC, all in the same general area. Over on the other side, 7C, Mad D, Rival, and team number 10, they are going to fight it out as well. We saw this yesterday on Vikendi. Clusters form really fast, and the reason for that is the circle. The water being involved in the circle. This time it was 1/3 water in the first circle itself. Yesterday it was 50%.
I mean, that actually changes everything. This is the second airdrop for you guys. And second airdrop once again in water. And TDP on top takes on RN. RN's player. So if anything, see, RN was the team that did incredibly well in the previous game. And TDP was the team that actually struggled to get into the zone. Utsaga was doing kind of a heal battle outside the zone. So I'd want to see what happens when the team actually tries to charge. And Bang Bikal is what I saw on the right side. As you can see, team number 20. So Bang Bikal did an incredible camouflage thing in the previous game. He was just lying there and no one knew where he was. He was one with the zone at that particular time. And Rivals, as you can see, is also trying to spot some players. I think he just spotted INES some players. And Rivals Noob might have had the call that there are some players, and that K9 might come to some help if they spot some players. I think headshot poppings are coming. We'll have to see how that happens. And as you can see in the alive kill feed, there is a blue ring around TM official with 4 players alive and 0 points. So that means they are currently outside the blue zone. This is kind of a really, good strategy to find out which players are in the zone and which players are not in the zone.
Props, a huge shout out to the production team for making this happen. It's going to be a lot easier to spot out the teams that are fighting the zone. And if those teams start losing players, you know who to blame.
That's true. Yeah, kind of that. Yeah, you are kind of right. I mean, I'm not gonna deny that, to be honest. But then we'll have to see about. We'll have to care about the teams that are in the circle, because you see, second circle is gonna collide in less than 10 seconds right now.
Yeah.
And starting from second circle to fourth circle, it's a point of movement where you'll have to give a priority to the zone, and fifth to seventh circle is the time when you'll have to stay in the zone as much as you can, because circle matters in this time. There's just one thing. See, you can be around each and every area, and bang, did you just see? He actually spotted the players, but then he just tried to shoot. But as coming back to the topic, you can be on each and every corner of the circle. I mean, not the corner. Circle does not have a corner, but you can be even at the furthest point of the circle.
Yeah.
If you are inside the circle for a while, you are at a safer spot.
Yeah, that is how you gatekeep, usually staying on the diameter of the circle and just being careful. But gatekeeping is risky as well. It is risky business because gatekeeping requires you to be in fights. It requires you to be vulnerable, and being vulnerable means you can die. Your team can be taken out. And as Ocean said, sometimes staying in the center of the circle is gonna be safer. Teams usually don't stick around there. They just pass through, run away easily. And on the other side, in the next circle, you are gonna have an easy rotation.
Yeah, that is totally true. I mean, this happens out here and in all of these areas. Now, if anything, I would want to say, see, TM is kind of still struggling with the zone right now. But then the area around Cement Factory, that is just empty. Area around Peshkova, that is just empty.
Yeah.
That means big areas are empty, and fights, if they are going to happen, are going to happen around small compounds. As you can see out here, MatG is going to take some fight with DE, as DE players want to rush in as soon as they can, as DE has a person using M16 with 4 times on an upper edge. So DE kind of has that upper area edge on their opponents, and as you can see, they are trying to shoot their opponents with that M16 tap, and Gelu can actually go down with this as, but right now Gelu manages to come out of each and every single shot that was put on him. But then it was a matter of time. R3D is also joining the party. They are going for it, and I think it's a matter of time. They just get a kill. Season gets the kill on Gelu, and now MatG is on to 3-man. And if anything, you see Blabla is really close to his opponents, and the shots are being fired out, and Illusion takes him down with the help of Vadu. I mean, Vadu is doing really good, and one more player goes down. 2 player goes down actually, and now it's down to just Manny, a solo survivor. It will be a matter of time. He's down to 50 HP. See, Vadu sir has an incredible angle, and he spots him down. 1 shot, will it be able to take it? 1 shot, 2 shots, 3 shots, 4 shots, 5 shots. He is safe for now.
Yeah, Vadu missing everything, and DE, they were really smart to split up. They had 2 players on the higher edge. They had 2 players in close quarters in those compounds. But R3D, they just got 1 free kill handed over. On the other side, Season is going to get 1 more knock on TX. Demon TX, they are hiding in the compound. And we have the 3rd airdrop coming in with the AWM, the suppressor for the sniper, the military vest, the helmet, and the backpack. But on the other side, MatG CFH, he is going to spot 1 player running down from the mountain. The 2 players from DE are still knocked down. CFH, he's going for the revive, but he's taking a lot of damage in the meanwhile, running away. Can he be knocked down? But I don't think so. He actually manages to make it. Over on the other side, DF Panda being engaged upon by the side of INES. Manny, he is going to pop up that smoke because the players from the side of DE, they are really close. They are going to go in. They are going to charge in. Manny is the only thing keeping his teammates alive. They are going to be revived. They are going to come in on this engagement soon. So Manny, he has to start this fight. And Vadu being caught out. It is not going to matter. Manny is going to go down to Shifu, who had his teammates back. And Manny is going to get killed off, sacrificing his life for the sake of his teammates.
Yeah, that was true. And Rivals Trigger, as you can see, he also eliminated 1 player, and that was incredible. And I would want to see what happens, because MatGx CFH is also trying to spot the players, because this player spotting is important. Has an M4 but does not have an extended mag or anything. He has 30 bullets in that M4, is going for that painkiller. I would want to see how much damage can he do with that painkiller. And IR2, as you can see, he has spotted a player from Team Red. I would want to see what happens, how it actually changes the pace of the game. And DE, as you can see, grenades are coming in handy. Grenades and smokes, everything is coming in handy right now through that smoke area, but then DE is not there. He would need to see through it.
Yeah, he has to be really careful. IRD2, he is in a really tough situation, and He could potentially go and create an opening for his team. But over on the other side, Maggi, they are being engaged upon. They are going to get Shifu down. They are going to get one knocked down. And DE, they are quite split up since Illusion was really, really low. That is going to put them at an advantage, at an even footing in this fight, since Shifu has been taken on as well. But Wadu, he's going in for this fight. He has one really, really low. And the nade being cooked, being thrown, it is going to bounce off on the wall. Can he actually make something happen? That was a smoke. That was just a distraction for the side of Maggi. They are in a tough situation. They are being cornered on that floor of the building. And DE, they are not going to give them an opening to get away.
I mean, look at Maggi's position. They are in a good spot if they are up at that area, but CFH, that jump might actually cost him his life if he has been spotted, because Blah Blah won't be able to give him cover. Wadu sir might be knowing that location. Shifu sir, as you can see, is on the other side, and obviously Wadu sir and Shifu sir can actually be those potential people who can take CFH down. But right now, I don't think so that anyone knows the location of CFH, and that, my friend, is going to change quite a lot of things. And Wadu sir will be taken on by Blah Blah. That was really, really good. And takes on Shifu sir as well. It's one. He takes on two people. Illusion sir is really, really low, and Reddit sir is actually lying out there on the grass. And so CFH comes to the aid of his teammate, but then that 1v2 was incredible. And Illusion is AFK.
I don't know. It did not matter that CFH fell down. Maggi, Blah Blah Blah. He was the only man who was needed for the situation. Illusion, he is taking a lot of damage from the back. Rated Sir just hiding in that brush. He is trying to be safe. I don't think he's going to survive for that long, because Maggi, they will have their eyes on Rated Sir. Illusion, he might just be taken out from this game really, really soon. But moving on to the other end, we have RL going up against Rivals.
I mean, seriously, all of this and much more is happening, and I would love to see, like, seriously, you see, one person takes down two people that were actually rushing on him. This is what happens when you're rushing through smokes and all those areas. You can't actually see your opponent first, and that's one thing that your opponent has an advantage for that house. And Rivals was spotted by RL Roxy. Sure, he fires some shots, but as of now, all the shots were missed. Rising Slayer, as you can see, and Rising Divine are also at that area. And Roxy will be taken down by Divine. That was amazing. Divine is looking forward to pop a painkiller right now, because he has his eyes on Roxy, no doubt, or Roxy might not get a revive right now. Botshot is coming for the aid of Roxy, but will he actually make it in time? That's one question. Rivals Noob is moving forward as soon as you can see out there, and Ahmed is actually on the downhill side for Team RL. I don't want to see what Team RL has to do right now, because Botshot was also getting some shots from the other direction. TM is also trying to move into those areas, and Bang Squad is also nearby to them, not in the vicinity to take a fight, but quite nearby. On top actually takes on some players, and one grenade comes in handy, takes on Botshot, finishes one more player. The zone is gonna shift to some direction, and the zone for the players on the left side is gonna be a Bad and Wolves, and DC also has to get into the zone as early as they can. TDP kind of in a fix right now, but I think they will get time. But between them and zone is another team, that is R3D. As you can see, Utsarga is popping out a first aid. He has been revived, but if IR2 does one grenade, that can change the game for On Top and Utsarga.
Yeah, one nade is going to take out the entire side of TDP and put them in the bad spot. It is going to be the opening that R3D need to take this situation into their control, because TDP is the squad that's stopping R3D from getting inside the circle. They are barely in, and that is going to matter. But these ridges are there, and this is TPP, so you have the advantage of peeking over the corners of these ridges. Over on, oh, that was so close. Machine, he's right next to you. He is right next to you. He's going to spot out, but Charm is going to go down. That is going to be two knocked for the side of RNX Rising Nepal. They lose two players who have been knocked down. The remaining two players, they are quite far away. Machine, he is going to heal up. INES, they are with three players in this game. Parikh, he is going for the peak. Can he get this? Can he take Machine out? Why did he take out the ban?
I don't know, but Machine is playing like a machine, to be honest.
Yeah.
He just obliterated everything, and INES has their eyes on the chicken dinner. Yeah, exactly.
They got KS'd.
Yeah, exactly. That's one thing. And Private 7C, he has that good area advantage right now. Utsarga and Doku, they'll be easily spotted. And if it happens, I think R3D might actually have a chance of stealing some kills. A Molotov, will that be handy? But then Kagura takes down one player through the smoke, is going for another one, spots another one, and it will be game ending for Utsaga. But on top is on top right now for that competition. Takes down two players with that MP5K. Would like to finish them as well. Finishes them. I mean, incredible. Season has been spotted on one direction as well. Season, it's not even Season right now because it is going to be an insane fight right now. And yes, Season will be taken down. It's down to one player. IR to the lone survival. Have to see because he has to come into the zone as well as to take this med kit. He has to go for the fight as well. And another team comes in for the backstab.
But DC is here, and as he said, it was a backstab after backstab, coming in with another backstab from the side of DC, who are gonna finish off the players from R3D. And IR2, the only man remaining, but Sincere throws a really good nade. Utsaga is gonna be taken out, and situation once again has become really tough for the side of TDP. Trusty Process, Puffy, and on top, the two remaining players. Puffy is gonna go really, really low. He could be taken out, but IRD2 is gonna be taken out by Puffy with that UZ, and he is still up. He is still kicking. DC, they have to be really, really careful. TM official have been taken out of this game. It is going to be it.
I mean, this is going to be lit, to be honest, if anything, because, see, right now, 2 teams got eliminated as we were talking, and we are down to 14 teams and 37 people alive, but this same TDP has to get into the zone, and zone is not going to favor them anymore. Meanwhile, Sincere takes down 7C Masquerade. 7C, thanks for coming. You'll have to go back, and Bang LDT actually takes down RL Ultron, and RL Ahmed has also been taken down. Captain takes down DC Sincere. DC is actually being backstabbed once again by another team, by TX Captain, obviously TX and his team. And 7C Hits has been finished, and Wolves Dictator has also been taken down by TX Kazi. DC Sincere takes on 7C Maski, and Bang Bigger takes on 7C Demon. I guess 7C has been eliminated. TDB on top has also been taken down, and TDB Puffy is out there with 5 HP, if I'm not wrong, and then Max CFS. And these two players, these two players, they are playing incredibly amazing. They are holding this compound in an insane way. Utsaga is popping out that first hit, would like to revive his teammate as well. That's a good thing for now. But then I would want to see how they change up their strategies as the zone has shifted. They have to take fights as well, and then they have to be in the zone as soon as they can.
Yes, CFH, he's going to spot one out from the side of DE, but can he actually come out alive? And yes, he can. He is going to drop rated, sir, and finish him off from this game. But now Maggi, they have to come in. They have to get to the zone next, because this is going to be hard. TDP, they're still trying to spot the two players out, but they don't realize that they have gone away on the other side. Ironic is going to be taken out by the side of Bang SS. DC SteelX, he's going to get one knock himself. But now TDP, they have to get into the zone as well. And Maggi, as they were trying to make their way into the zone, INES is going to finish them off. TDP Puffy is going to get one for himself as well. There's going to be one more team saying bye to the server, and their day is over.
Yeah, for now their day is over, but the major factor is that the fights are still happening. DC, as you can see, has been spotted by Bang Squad, and Bang, because I know when he looks at one position, he is destined to get some kills at that position. Bang SS is kind of safe right now, but then some grenades actually, some pretty good grenades can actually change the pace of the game. Bang SS is still out there, and INES Badrev takes on players. INES Badrev is still surviving. INES was the first team of which 3 players went down. Badrev is the still lone survivor. Wolfsden, as you can see, was not in the zone by that live counter as we saw, and Wolves player are going out by the play zone as of now. INES, Evil Eye, Badrev, and they are still surviving for the game. Prerak is trying to spot some players and trying to give them shots as early as he can, and that
they're burning alive.
Oh, in face. See, Prerak was watching him go down as we were talking. That was really, really bad. That Molotov was a Molotov of doom, and right now you'd like to go for a revive. Will that revival happen? Yes or no? I want to see, and yes, the revival actually happens. Touches him in time. That was a good thing. Prerak has one more person with him surviving, but then Machine would like to move forward. Machine was moving forward. Predak's health was taken down. Right now, switches to a different gun. Would like to go for a crowd shot. Once again, would like to go for a crowd shot. Goes for a reload. That reload might change something. But then on top goes for Evil Eye. TDP third parties them.
Yeah, kills being stolen from the side of RNX, and I won't say kills being stolen because that just saved RNX Parikh. He still has to revive his teammates, and on the other side, INS, they are going to get revived for themselves as well. Badrev looking to charge in, can he get one? But on the other side, TDP, the third partying team, is going to get Machine out once again. Evil Eye, he is there with his teammate Badrev. They have to worry about 2 teams. TDP is there in the far off distance, and they have to worry about Rising Nepal X, who are right next to them. And Evil Eye is going to get knocked out. He tried to take the fight with Parikh. That puts Badrev in a really bad situation. Parikh, he is down to 50% health, and he is going to go down by TDP on top, who charges in, goes for the flank, and takes advantage of the fact that Rising Nepal were distracted all this while. You need to be careful of trust process and what just happened?
ES got eliminated by TDP on top. Just imagine, right now I think this might be a game of TDP. TX even has been taken out by Rivals Trigger as well as we are talking. And Bang SS, I think that rotation might actually come in handy. Yes, it will as they are trying to move into TX's area. Viper was out there. Utsarga, as you can see, is on the road. Yeah, now he's moving. That's a good thing. Viper has also been taken down by Bang SS. And Bang SS, I think Bang squad is left just with Bang because he is the lone survivor and he has spotted one player right in front of him. And on top, as you can see, is looting right now. Obviously, he will be getting shot at from some direction. And Silly Soapy takes down Bang because that is the end of Ultimate Bang. That was the ultimate end for them. So, guys, and we are down to 13 players alive and 4 teams. So, we'll have to see how this happens. And TX Demon has also been taken out by Rivals Trigger. So, as you can see in this area, it's CC versus Rivals versus TDP. So, that is one thing that's happening. And we'll have to see how the fight actually happened. DC Atom has also been taken down. TDP Puffy goes for TX Captain. And a grenade takes down TDP on top. And Rivals Noob is going for another grenade. Will the second time do much more damage? We'll have to see because when the grenade actually hits them, it might actually change the pace of the game. Puffy gets his kill of TX Captain. So I think fights are at a catastrophic level.
Yeah, Puffy the only man left standing for the side of TDP. He has to revive his teammates or else they are gonna die. Utsarga was left standing as well and damn Classy is gonna be out with the game. We have the top 3 teams, Rivals, TDP, and they have to be really careful. One man surviving for the side of team number 9. I think that is one man. We have to have a look at that. But on the other side, TDP with 3 players, Rivals with all 4 players, and they have a lot of kills to themselves as well. But it is quite unfortunate. And Kazi, he has to be really, really careful. He was hiding behind the drop. He has some cars in front of him. But he has been spotted as well because the location from where he has to run to, it is quite in the open. And Divine, they have Rivals. They have a really good advantage in this final stages of the game. TDP, the 3 players are up and running. They are ready to take this fight against the Rivals and Team Extreme. Just 1 player remaining. They have 4 points. Over on the other side, if you look at Rival X, they have 13 kills to their name. That is just going to push them really, really hard in the standings. It is going to be so important for them to get this chicken dinner for themselves. Over on the other side, TDP just making a cover for themselves. They have to be careful about the prayer from the side of Team Extreme as well.
Spot now, no team is currently in the zone. But then on top goes with that MP5K and takes down 1 player of Team Rivals. And I want to see what happens because Slayer is also moving forward because his two players are kind of in a bit of a trouble and Puffy is also out there. No team is properly in the zone, but then the teams are trying to make their ways into the zone. Slayer is out there. Molotov on his right, but still he'll try to manage and take out a position as soon as he can. But then fights are happening between these 2 teams. No one knows about TX Kazi and a grenade comes really close to Slayer. Slayer was on a bad spot. That grenade takes Slayer down in an incredible way. He'll be getting damaged by zone as well. On top is using a first aid right now. Really, really good call. Really good choice right now. As you can see, Rivals Noob is on one direction. He can actually get shot from other sides as well as TX Kazi is still alive, but not anymore as he has been taken down by Rivals. And now it's down to just 2 teams. 4v3 situation. TDP players are 3 and Rivals are 4. It's 8 kills versus 13 kills. Divine has been taken down. Slayer can also be taken down, but then this might be the game of TDP as on top might come out as a really, really incredible play. Noob has been taken down. Trigger is one lone survival out there. Can TDP win this one? My answer, my bid is yes, because 3 players, as you can see, are out there. Rivals are actually going down in this game. Puffy is moving out there. Utsaga was out there, and Utsaga, I think, has done one thing, and that is get 1 chicken dinner for his team. But there is still Trigger left for that one thing, so you cannot change the pace. This guy has 7 kills. Imagine that number.
Yeah, he has 7 kills to his name. Now, he's just going to try and not give his kill to the side of TDP. Here comes the blue zone. Utsarga taking some damage. Oh, and they are going to finish him off. They are going to get that kill. Rivals finished second with 14 kills. But if you look at TDP on top, 7 kills. Puffy with 5.
I mean, seriously, TDP is the team that actually died in the first game in one of the Erangel matches. And TDP was the team, you see, the first blood happened when INES actually, stopped them from coming to Novo. So from that, having the first person go down in the very first game to this to this game having a chicken dinner in their hands. I think TDP did their homework.
Yeah, this shows the experience that this team has, because losing a player in that early on in the first game of the day, and that sort of kills the momentum for the entire team, because you are forced to play a slow-paced game. You can't go aggressive, you can't take fights, you are already at a disadvantage. But staying calm, they step up their game, and on Vikendi is where they shined and got their chicken dinner, and in an amazing fashion as well. They were outnumbered. They were in a 3 versus 4 situation, but rivals, they messed up. They messed up when they thought that TDP was an easy kill for them.
I mean, that is totally true, but I would still want to know, where did INES go wrong? Because INES had the first chicken dinner. They holded Sanhok map really well. Miramar is where it kind of went a little downwards, but then Vikendi was kind of terrible for them. So I'd want to see, I'd want to know, where did INES actually go down? Because this kind of thing is not needed, because after this, we'll be having overall day schedule of overall day standings, you know, team day 1 standings, day 2 standings. So I would want to see what at the end brings to the table, and how teams from different groups, when they compete tomorrow, how are they gonna, you know, change their paces when it will be new groups against new groups.
Yeah, INES, they started the day quite strong, but then they just took a really hard dip, and that was sort of sad to see. But on the other side, some of the other teams who did really badly in game number 1 are doing really well this time around, and we have to see who has been consistent so far. But for that, we're gonna have to wait a while. Over on the other side, let's talk about the fact that Bang, this always are left with just one guy running around.
And that is always bigger. If you just see, I mean, that guy in Miramar, he was actually in that little shack compound, and no one actually knew where he was. And even in Vikendi, he was just moving straight away into the zone while people were trying to kill his teammates. He was not even giving that cover. He was just getting into the zone just for that position point that was actually needed, because no one actually had their gun on them. So that is kind of a really good strategy. You want to get like 2 or 3 positions up, but then in Miramar, his team was about to be eliminated on 12th position from 12th to 4th. See, that's a big journey.
Yeah, it is a big journey, and it could be a strategy for this team. Like, alright, we'll split one guy in a weird location where he's just gonna hide and not do anything, and the remaining 3 players just go in and play an actual 3 versus squad game. But right now, let's have a look at the MVP for this game. And if I'm correct, it is going to be on top with the 7 kills that he has, 1160 damage to his name, and 8.6 kilometers traveled.
8.6 it's a huge distance travel, considering that the zone is actually, you know, 70% on land and 30% on water. Given those circumstances, and with 30 minutes of survival time, obviously this team survived till the end, and they did really good rotations. But then 7 kills with 1100 damage. This actually shows your capabilities of your guns and your capabilities of the fact that you can actually, you know, give adequate cover as well. So I would like to see the game standings as well, that where we are with the, you know, remarks of the teams, that where each and every team is landing right now. So coming on first is Trusty Process with 32 points on this game. Obviously 12 kills was an amazing number. Rivals comes up second with 14 kills, 14 total kills, and after that was Team Extreme on 3rd position. Damn Classy was on 4th, INES was on 5th. See, they had kind of a, you know, mediocre game in this one. Ultimate Bang was on 6th. Rising Nepal actually dropped a bit down on 7th, and Madji is on 8th position with 5 points from 32 to 5. That is kind of a, you know, a big number.
Dip. Yeah, a big dip coming in, a huge difference between the top 8, and Team Extreme is the team that I see who has been quite consistent. That is going to put them a little bit higher in the overall standings. But looking at the bottom 8, we have Team 2K on the 9th with 4 points, Wolves Den on the 10th with 4 points as well. 11th we have Deadeye Guys with 3 points, R3D Devils on the 12th with 3 points as well, Red Light on the 13th with 2 points, TM Official on the 14th with 2 points, DF Rio on the 15th with 2 points, and last is going to be Team 7C on the 16th with 1 point. Team 7C, they are not having a good day.
Team 7C had a good dance in Sanhok, but I mean,
it was a good game.
Yeah, it was a good game.
The day so far for them has been just meh. But let's have a look at something that's not meh. It's the overall standings. And it is not going to be a surprise for anyone that A1 eSports, they are still at the top with 87 points. Nepali Ho Ni is still on the 2nd with 76 points. But Team Extreme, closing the gap a lot, are on the 3rd with 69 points. fourth is going to be INES with 59 points. Wolves Den on the fifth with 59 points. Trusty Process making it into the top 8 on the 6th position with 55 points. Elementrix on the 7th position with 52 points. R3D Devils on the 8th position with 48 points. So these are the top 8s. Moving on to the next 8. I think things are going to switch around from there on, and it is going to look a little bit more interesting because over here A1 eSports with 2 chicken dinners, 25 kills are pretty much securing their spot in the first. But now moving on to the next 8 is it is going to get interesting moving on to the next 8 from the 9th to the 16th. And once again, here we have the teams. Rival X with 47 points on the 9th position. JyanMaara on the 10th position with 40 points. Team PYRO on the 11th position with 37 points. Ultimate Bang on the 12th position with 36 points. Damn Classy on the 13th position with 34 points. SOLTISQUAD on the 14th position with 32 points. So they have just stayed there. And Rising Nepal X on the 15th position with 32 points as well. 16th is taken by Hype with 29 points to their name.
Yeah, I mean, the good part of the first table was, you see the first table, instead of R3 Devils, everyone had a chicken dinner. But then this obviously said the second table, no one had chicken dinner. Now let's talk about the third table. That is, kind of a table where you kind of need to be worried because games are yet to come. 97 on Gladiators, the team that that performed yesterday, is on 17th. Dead Eyes Guys from today is on 18th. BB ByeBye is on 19th. KTM Rage on 28th. TF Rio on 21. Team 7C is on 22. Team SBA on 23 and PNGaming on 24th and with 21 points. See, the point difference is quite a bit right now, but then I would want to see the table of concern, the one that is actually at the last as we are talking. No Rules is on 25th position. Vibes is out there on 26, Matt G on 27, KS Axe on 28, Red Light is out there on 29, T2K on 30th, JAZEERA is on 31st, and TM Official is currently last with 10 points. 87 to 10. See, this journey, there are some teams who kind of have similar amount of numbers. There are some teams who are actually, trying to create a bridge. Because I would want to see the teams that are on top. What if first, second, third, fourth, those teams compete tomorrow? What happens? Will that, gap be widened or will that gap be shortened? Because that's going to happen, but then that's going to happen tomorrow. So some of the questions I think might be needing some answers.
Yeah, a lot of questions are going to be answered when the top teams go head to head. This is the PMCO 2020 Spring Split South Asia Group Stages. My name is Varun Super Johnny John, joined by Ocean Sharma. If you guys liked our casting, you can follow us on our social medias at iSuperJohnny and at Ocean Sharma. We'll come back tomorrow with more action. Till then, take care and bye-bye.